got it. We got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're on, right?
Okay.
Hey guys. How's
Hello.
everybody?
Hi there.
Me and Sean today gonna share some interesting decodes with everybody. So hello people in the chat. Hey Jill, Zuckerberg, hey, Charles, Biggest D, Petra, Richard, thanks for joining us, guys. So yeah, we got an interesting chat today. Huh, Sean? We got some
Hopefully it's a bit of transgenderism, a bit of news. Yeah.
So
Hopefully.
okay, I guess I'll just go ahead and oh, let me see. I'll have to present my screen, huh? Let me go. How do I get back? See, that's the thing with this. It's like, uh-oh. I gotta, see where I present my, sorry, I just gotta present my screen here. So share screen.
Yeah,
share.
got you.
Okay. All right. Now let me, okay. Go. Oh. There. Okay, you can see it?
Yeah, got it there.
Okay. All right, guys. So I just wrote mine out because it's for me, it's easier to do it this way. So anytime you want, you can chime in, okay, Sean? And then I'll post this too. This I made it like an article, so I'll post it when we're done too, if people want to read through it. So see, Sean, you're my header every time now. Decoding with Scotland, Sean. I'm gonna make you famous. You should start a YouTube channel. You know, people would be really interested.
Oh, if I get the time.
You know, people. Sean's not even on YouTube. Isn't that funny?
I'm not. I'm not on YouTube. I'm not on FaceTube or whatever you call it. Facebook. Nothing.
Yeah.
You won't even find me on the internet if you put my name in. Honestly.
That's how we should be. It's really good that you're like that. Yeah, I'm not on Facebook either. I got off of there, but I just basically hang out here. You know, is like the main thing. So. But okay, so we wanted to go into the tranny stuff today and a few other things. So I wanted to start with you know, just saying here I thought I'd start with some proof that they use wordplay such as anagrams to pay homage to their god Lucifer, among other ways they pay homage. So first, know that Luciferianism is synonymous with Judaism. It's the same thing. So if you see anything, you know, regarding Lucifer, it's going to be the same thing as what the Jews believe. And followers perform Aleister Crowley's law of reversal. So I don't know if Aleister's a Jew or if he's just a Shabbos Goy. Have you ever looked into Aleister, his background? I know his dad was, he had a brewing company, right? And he made all his money on beer. And then Aleister inherited the company when his parents died, and that's how he had his wealth, right?
Right, okay. No
but
problem.
I don't know if either was Jewish.
I've not really looked into him much, and I should really, because he owned a house north from where I stay on Loch Ness, where the story of the Loch Ness monster is supposed to originate from. So he owned a house called Boleskine House or Boleskine House, and was it Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin?
Yeah.
He bought it from him and lived in it. That's So, but I've never really dug any deeper than that, other than this.
Yeah, and Aleister, when he lived in that house, he did perform some ritual that lasted months long, right? Where he's trying to summon demons into the house, right? Because he was into the Goetia demons, and he tried to summon the demons. And then Jimmy Page was also a Satanist, and he tried to do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And Jimmy Page, I believe it's Jimmy Page. This is all just from memory. I'd have to look it up, but I believe he owned it for 22 years before he sold it. He made sure, because 22 is a big number for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they mirror the 22 for Genesis 3:22. You know, saying that they're gods, right? They're like gods, mini gods.
Yeah. 22 also the V symbol, the V.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
V
Yeah, so the V for victory, and then Nike is for victory, right? That's Nike. The swoosh on the shoe is all connected, and also why they had that one staged event in Nice, France, because Nice, you could also the C, you could also make a k sound, right? So it would be Nike, France.
just like cake. Yeah, that one. Yeah, see, yeah, K.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why they had that Nice, France, that staged event.
And you'll go talking about that stage event, you'll notice that all the filming from that stage event was from the Westminster Hotel. And that's where the following the big terrorism event happened in London and Westminster. That's how they connect all these events. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. Interesting.
The main filming was for the veranda of the Westminster Hotel in Nice. Yeah.
Oh, how funny. Yeah.
They like to leave clues along the way and join them all together.
Yeah, and they think they're so brilliant that we'll never catch on to them, right?
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious that we do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's funny that so far, our chats haven't been censored. We had that one chat censored that you and I were on.
The one when I spoke about the NextRad Doppler system and Brexit and things like that.
Yeah, so I don't know, if that's why, what exactly what it was in that one, but they censored that one. So we'll see if they censor this one.
Yeah,
we'll know if they do that we said something naughty. But okay, so for Aleister Crowley, they follow Aleister Crowley and they use his law of reversal. And this is it basically right here. So first method. So this is in his book. What's it called? I wrote it on here somewhere. Liber Oz.
Right.
Yeah, Liber Oz. So and Liber means book, right? So it's Book of Oz. And what's Oz? Oz would be another name for Lucifer.
Oz is also 77, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh no, 77? 67.
Is it not 77 in numerology?
Isn't it? Oh, you mean isn't it 67? O is 6.
And Chaldean.
And Chaldean. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I always just, when I do the numbers, I always just do the basics. So I don't know. But yeah, that makes sense if it's 77, because he's also down for the 777, right? He even has a book on it.
Yeah.
So, okay. So anyway, let's see here. So first method, let the exempt adept first train himself to think backwards by external means as set forth here below. A, let him learn to write backwards with either hand. B, let him learn to walk backwards. C, let him constantly watch, if convenient, cinematographic I don't know, films. Listen to phonographic records reversed and let him. So isn't that funny how DJs do that? The phonographic records reversed.
Yeah.
The chupa chupa choo thing. Reverse, and let him so accustom himself to these that they appear natural and appreciable as a whole. Let him practice speaking backwards, such as thus for I am he, let him say am I. And then that makes me think of EMI, the group, right? The punk rock group, EMI, MI, and the record label, right?
Yeah.
So they're doing that's their way of worshiping Lucifer, their creative way. E, let him learn to read backwards. In this, it is difficult to avoid cheating oneself, as an expert reader sees a sentence at a glance. Let his disciple read aloud to him backwards, slowly at first, then more quickly. And F, of his own ingenium, let him devise other methods. So if we just go down this, I could give you examples. So for item A, it states, let him learn to write backwards with either hand. So if we look at an example of this, so we gave this one earlier in our last one, but since we're going through this, I just thought I would throw this in again because it's such a good one. This one's so blatant, right?
Yeah, right in their face.
Yeah, so Rufus Sewell, and then here I wrote it backwards so you can see Louis Sufer. So Lucifer, right in his name. So pretty obvious who he pays homage to.
Yeah.
And let's see here. And then B of Liber Oz, let him learn to walk backwards. So that's what Michael Jackson did with his moonwalk, right? So it's called the moonwalk, and the moon is associated with Lucifer, right? Why did he call it the moonwalk? He could have called it any kind of walk. What does it have to do with the moon, right?
Yeah, the left eye, the moon eye.
Yeah. So it's definitely in homage to Lucifer. So people who think that Michael Jackson was a good guy and he got a bum deal, all the pedophile stuff, whatever, I don't think so. He was not a good guy.
I think there's also a bit of the space program in there too. Everything's called like Moon Pigeon. Was it Moon Pig, where you go and get your cards and things like that, and Kevin Spacey and all these things are just to give you the space programming, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Everything. Yeah. Sorry, I digressed there a bit. But,
no, that's good. Yeah. Thank you. I like all those examples. It's good. It's good to throw them in there and people can see. And then, so Gwen Stefani, we mentioned this one too with her song, Hollaback Girl. And since we're going to be talking about trannies today, so Sean's found a ton of them where the trannies have either a male name in their name or something to give us a clue that the person is male. So she has meal. So she's male. So Stefani has Steven in it in her name, and then her song Holler Back, so you could look here, so holler back and you spell it backwards, you see it's Kabbalah, so she's a Kabbalah girl, or maybe she's actually a Kabbalah boy, more than likely. And then here she's doing the right, she keeps the secrets of the Kabbalah, basically all their secrets. And then if we go down to F, of his own ingenium, let him devise other methods. That's where like the tranny thing comes in too. They hide it in their name. So let's look at a few. So we got the basic ones, right? So we have Iman Bowie, which is I man. So I'm a man. And look how much taller she is than David Bowie, and
look at the size of her head compared to his head.
Yeah, she has a bigger head. Yep, and taller. And look at how they're wearing the black and white, the Masonic colors.
Yeah.
There, got that going on. Let me see. Oh, yeah, and I also want to mention that this is them pushing the multicultural agenda back then, So if you're want to move up in the Luciferian hierarchy, you're going to do a mixed marriage, You're going to find a mate. If you find a tranny that's of a different color, then you're like, at the top. Yeah, you're like royalty.
You're way up there.
Yeah, so David was like, doing all this. He was definitely, promoted.
And talking about David Bowie, he was a pupil of Aleister Crowley, wasn't he? A big pupil of Aleister Crowley. He was.
Yeah, and he's also one of the first people that pushed the androgynous thing, right? He dresses as a woman, and he would dress as a he, she, like you can't tell if he's male or female with his makeup, his clothes, stuff like that.
Yeah, and he also, I don't know if anybody remembers, one of his very first movies was The Man Who Fell to Earth. Now, who fell to Earth? Satan.
Exactly.
That was one of his first movies. And if you look at a lot of his songs, they're all space programming too. Major Tom, Space Oddity, Is There Life on Mars, and all that. A lot of his songs are getting the space programming in for you.
Yep, and then even his death. I think he died at 69. Is that right? I
Yeah,
think he's
yeah,
69.
which is the symbol for cancer, and
Right.
he died of cancer. Ha
Exactly.
ha ha.
Ha ha. So people like him, so I do think they do ritual deaths, but people
Yeah,
like him probably are just in retirement, because we have the one guy that was the producer that went on and talked with one of those news shows, right after his death, and talked about David Bowie, and he looked exactly like David Bowie.
yeah. I remember. I've got a quite good memory for it. Jack Stevens.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's like, that's David Bowie, what the
Mhm.
hell. So
Casting
he
spells on us. That's all it
ex-
was.
Yep, yep. So I think he's probably just alive and in retirement somewhere. He's probably with Bill Cooper, hanging out, having
Yeah, yeah,
mai
yeah.
tais on the beach and stuff.
They're just knocking the cod out of us.
Yep, I think so. So
Oh,
so
oh.
a few more, all these, Sean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good to show people though, because they're so obvious.
Yeah. So Amal Clooney, so it's really a male Clooney, so hiding it in her name. And you can tell she's taller, she has a big head. She's wearing the diamonds here, diamonds 33 in numerology, and also diamond is related to Lucifer,
Hmm.
like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, all that thing.
Yeah.
Too. And then her father is a member of the Druze in Lebanon, and the
Right.
Druze, yeah, and they're a Masonic religious group in Lebanon, and they're actually tied to the Jews. They're the ones that are really friendly with the Jews in the area that borders Israel. They have like a good relationship. The
Is that
Druze.
the, is that the wear is it a black garment with a white hat and they've got like the LGBT coloured flag or something?
Yes, they
The
have the flag, yeah, with the same
rainbow
colors
flag.
actually as the Eastern Star,
Yeah, yeah.
the
Oh, right,
Masonic
the
Eastern
Masonic
Star.
rose. I knew it was a colourful thing. Yeah,
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 so they're totally, and Druze rhymes with Jews. I mean,
yeah.
did the Jews make the name the Druze?
Yeah.
Probably. So her
Yeah.
dad's like a high up one, and this is a he she.
Hmm.
So, Clooney hooking up with her, he moves up like Bowie does. He's like in the club.
Well, I seen a clip a number of years ago. Was it what's it? Wasn't it Leonardo DiCaprio? Who's the guy that? His name escapes me, and I forget the guy's name, but he was getting interviewed, a top actor in Hollywood, and they were saying something about him getting married or something. He says, "No, I'll wait till after George Clooney marries his boyfriend." He said it right on TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forget who who the guy's name was. It will come to me. It will come to me shortly.
Oh, that's funny.
Famous actor.
Yeah, I think that
So they tell us in the middle of, and people laugh at these things, and they're telling us the truth.
yeah, and all these A-list actors, I mean, they all know what's going on. It's not
Mhm.
like some of them are in the dark, to get up into the A-list club, they all know what's going on. They all go to rituals together, and do everything together.
Mhm.
So okay, and then so President Trump, if people aren't shocked, and don't realize this, they will be now, I guess. But Melania, so her name is an anagram for, it's not a perfect anagram. It comes out I and male, but it's basically
Yeah,
saying I am male, right? So
you can
she's, yeah.
see it a mile away.
Look, I mean, look how big her head is,
Yeah.
and she's almost as tall as him, and who knows, even for these pictures, they could be the same height. They stage pictures too to
Mhm.
make the men look taller in certain places, like Robert Downey Jr. is like super, super short, and we does he's like 5'3" or something. And so
Right.
they have him in like these super high heels, for his,
Mhm.
when he's in that movie he wears, they're like 6-inch blocks in his shoes that he runs around in, to make him look taller.
To give them that height.
Yeah, so I mean, they could do something, for pictures and whatever too.
I was going to say, if people are shocked at that, I'll show it. You remember David Cameron? he was the Prime Minister before Theresa May
Uh-huh.
in the UK. His wife's a transgender. I'll show you a picture of that after this.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah,
Okay.
she's a
Yeah, I'd like to see
transgender.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
she's a transgender.
Yeah.
Her
And
name,
then
her name is Samantha Cameron.
oh, there you
Yeah, yeah,
go.
it's in her name. I'll show you pictures and you'll see.
Okay. Okay. I did do a thing on the presidents and their wives. I don't know if you saw that a while ago, but there's many, many that are suspect. You know, I think that it's been going on for a long time. So, you know, especially the Jewish presidents. So Obama his mom's Jewish and his father was black, and you know, he's with you know, Michelle, who's Michael, right? So
Yeah,
Michelle, I think, has her bit. So I wouldn't say she's
fully. Yeah.
tranny. She's just a cross dresser, right?
Cross-dresser. Yeah, yeah, I think, yeah.
Basically. Yeah. And then Roosevelt, his wife, right? Roosevelt was a Jew, and his wife
Mhm.
is a tranny for sure. And some of the presidents did the hidden hand in their portraits, you know. So you
Yeah,
know, all those presidents are in the club too. Any that do the hidden hand, because the hidden hand is for the Jews, you know,
Jews, yeah.
definitely. So
Who was the Rockefellers too? Happy Rockefeller and Mary Rockefeller. They were guys also.
yeah, definitely. Happy definitely
Yeah.
looked like, well, I remember seeing her picture, and for
Mhm.
sure. Yeah. So then I just threw this one in here because we have Melania, and then we have Melanie, you know, and I think Melanie's one
Uh,
too. So she's, you know, I am male, basically.
Working Girl. Remember the movie? Is it Working Girl or something she was in?
Oh, working girl?
Yeah, my accent. Yeah, working. I can't say
It sounds
that.
like you're saying walking girl.
No, Working Girl. Yeah,
Working girl.
yeah, that was part of the programming to get us all out of work around about the same time. All the songs, money, 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 working girl, working 9 to 5. Sorry, I'm digressing, but
No, but
yeah,
that's
yeah,
true. And I
that's
hate it because it's
it's all
so,
around at that time. People, the music industry programmed us at various stages through the decades, and but we'll talk about that on another stage. Yes, but yeah, but she's involved in it. Yeah.
yeah, it's awful, you know, because
Mhm.
we're the women are supposed to stay home with the kids and be the nurturers, and you know, they get us all working like it's a good thing, you know,
Mhm.
and all it does is give them double the tax base, so they get
Tax.
more money off us and make us all slaves, and our kids get brought up by the state, basically, you know. They
Yeah,
go to daycares and you know, have to go to school earlier, like kindergarten and preschool, when before they could just stay at home, you know, with the
yeah.
mothers. It's sickening. I
It's
hate it.
yeah,
It's the
me too.
worst.
I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Can't
But we
stand it.
have to now. They make
Yeah,
it where if you don't have two working parents, then you're in poverty. You know, it's really hard for one parent to make enough nowadays to support their kids, you know?
yeah. They
When like
tell it. Sorry, you go. Just it.
Well, no, just saying, like in the 50s or something, you know, women never went to work, and the man would go to work and he'd make plenty of money to support a full household, a house, a car, vacation, you know, everything the family needs, you
Mhm.
know, with one working, you know, father. That's it.
Yeah, nowadays two people are working and they're just getting a living. It's terrible.
Yeah. And that's all thanks to the Jews. Thanks, Jews.
Yeah, they tell us again, and I keep going on about the music industry. Tears for Fears, the song. Everybody wants to rule the world. It
Uh huh.
starts. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while you sleep, we will find you acting on your best behaviour. Turn your back on Mother Nature. And the whole song goes all the way. If you listen to all the words, they tell us we're in slavery.
Yeah. Yep, and it's only going to get worse. It never goes backwards. It doesn't. You can't, you know,
No.
it just we just go forward. It just gets more and more strict. You know, I feel sorry, you know, for our kids. You know, that's why, you know, I do hope that it finally comes to a head soon. So it'll
Yeah,
end soon, you know, so we'll have a good system, the system that's meant to be on earth, you know, with
yeah.
Christ. So
I'm with you. I want it to come ahead straight away.
yeah, because
I'm actually getting fed up watching the news, TV, everything. I'm just sick of it.
Yep, and they're going to make it where we can't even travel at all soon. You know, the
Yeah,
restrictions are getting so bad. We're going to be complete slaves because it's going to basically be a one world communist, you know, communist world where instead of just, you know, one country where they can't leave their borders, it will be all countries. We're all going to be stuck. And I think the wall is part of that, you know? It's like they
yeah.
want us to build the wall. They want us to buy into it and say, yeah, we need a wall, you know, in the US, but the wall's gonna just keep us in our communist country, basically, you know?
It's kind of funny you mentioned the wall. Again, I'm going to get back to the music industry. What's Barbara Streisand's new album called? It's called Walls, right?
And
And
who did that? What
it's
artist?
Barbara Streisand.
Oh, Barbara Streisand. Okay. Uh-huh.
So her new album is called Walls, Walls, Walls,
Uh-huh.
which is a big topic just now in America. Walls. She's got songs on it called Lady Liberty, about the Statue of Liberty and going through into the Golden Age. She's got John Lennon's song on it, the One World Communist Order song. Imagine, which is a terrible song.
Yeah.
Imagine there's no heaven and the world will be as one. Come and join us and we'll all be as one.
Yep.
She's got songs about lying to your face. You should look at that album. It's just new out. It's in your face. They're knocking the piss out of us.
Yeah, maybe we could do one on albums or something, you know, and
Yeah,
go over words and song titles and stuff like that because definitely a lot of the songs are given to the artists, you know, because
yeah,
they have an agenda they want to promote, the Jews. So, you know, they either have someone write it up, but they
yeah,
say what they want the lyrics to be about, you know, what
yeah,
the
yeah,
topics for the songs they want them to be about, for
yeah.
sure.
Go and look at that album. It's all black and dark, and she's wearing all black clothes and encased in a big black wall, and it's in your face.
Yeah, and she's a Jew, so you know
Yeah,
she's like fully, you know,
yeah.
happy to promote their agenda. She's their girl for sure.
There's people who think she's a what's it when they used to cut the testicles off the boys for singing castrata or something like that they call them.
Oh, uh-huh, castratas, yeah,
Castratas is
or
people who think
eunuchs, yeah.
or eunuchs are castrata. It's people who think she's actually a castrata. I could,
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah. If you look at it, she even done the movie. Was it Yentl, where she was a boy? Was she a boy or something? She was disguised as a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of messages in there.
So she's probably, you're thinking she's probably a castrata. She was a
Of her voice. I could be
yeah, a
wrong, but
castrated male when she's little.
yeah. And I think she might be transgender. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
wouldn't be
It's, some,
surprised.
it's something I need to look at really deep
Yeah,
into.
because
But there's
she's
a
like,
lot of messages in her music.
yeah, she's like the top female, right? One of the
Yeah.
top. Like people
Mhm.
would pay thousands of dollars just to see her perform and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if she's held so high, she probably is. She's probably a castrated
Yeah.
male posing as a female. So, you know, a Baphomet for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I really do believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going through. So you know, people know this one already. You know, Bruce Jenner. So his last name it's so similar to gender. You know, like he's gender fluid or whatever, right? And then I don't know if people know, but he actually grew up in Sandy Hook. So
Oh, right, right.
yeah, so it's like the Sandy Hook. I believe the whole town is satanic. It's a satanic town, and that's why they staged that event there. You know, because it's a closed set basically, right? Everybody's
Mhm,
in on it. So,
mhm.
and then I watched a video on YouTube a while back. I can't find it anymore, but someone did research on all the houses in Sandy Hook because it's a really small community,
Mhm.
and they looked to see the mortgages on people's houses, and they found that like 98% of the mortgages were paid off on the houses, and the
Wow.
government paid them off. And
Yeah.
you know when they did it
No.
at Christmas time, all at the same time,
Oh,
all at Christmas time. So it's like a big bonus for them doing their Sandy Hook staged event.
All right,
There's,
right, okay.
yeah, it's crazy. So
Yeah,
there was actually YouTube that I wish I saved it, but it got taken off. I mean, we could see if maybe somehow it got put on YouTube again, but that was like, wow, I saw that. And it's like, to me, it makes it
yeah.
really obvious that was staged.
Even the symbol for it was it a kid dude putting their hand over their eye, an all seeing eye? Did you ever see the symbol for Sandy Hook?
Oh, no, for the school, like for the mascot or something?
No, after the event, one of these when I don't know if they saved money or something for Sandy Hook or just a ceremony thing. They brought a symbol out.
Uh-huh.
And it was purple, the usual color, and it showed a kid
Uh-huh.
with holding their hand over their eye, their hands
Oh,
clasped over one of their eyes. Yeah, that was a symbol
oh, how
for it. I'll
funny.
try and look it up
Yeah.
once we go on the
Okay.
show.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that, but yeah, I mean that would make it so obvious for sure, that they would use that.
The funeral was all in people with purple, wasn't it? And the woman at the front with a half black, half white dress. Did you ever see
Um,
this?
I don't know. You'd have to show me.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I looked at it, but I'm
Mhm.
sure if you say it was there, it was. I
Yeah.
remember the Robbie Parker, right? His both his first name and last name were 33, and
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
his stage, all sad and everything, and his little girl, she did the devil's horns in the picture, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the picture of her, I remember that. But yeah, but it's been a while. But
Mhm.
yeah, so
You'll probably,
and then
you'll probably
Sandy,
remember.
pardon?
So you would remember if I brought it up, if I showed you the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to let me go through these, and then if you want to bring
No,
that
no,
up,
yeah.
then
That'd be good.
okay. Yeah, just because my YouTube issue.
Yeah.
I have a problem when I click off of YouTube for anything, it logs me out. So I don't
Mhm.
know if anyone else has that problem. If you guys do, if you could let me know that, I'd appreciate it, because it's really weird how it does that for me. So I don't know. But okay, so then another one. So we got Bruce Gender, and then we have Ellen Degenerate, right? Another gender bender. Look at her here. I mean,
Yeah.
so she does look like a dude posing as a female, probably got, you know,
Mhm.
boobs put on
Fake.
or whatever. But and look how scary she looks here. When they're on her show, they make them look so much better. I don't know if it's like how the film they use, like if they put some kind of softening or whatever. But when you see him in the picture, can you imagine seeing her in real life? I think we'd run. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
she looks really scary here.
Yeah.
Both of them, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's
Mhm.
funny how they have it something hidden in their name for sure
It's all
of
there,
of
isn't it?
who they are. So then so what I see here, so they don't just marry trannies, but they do the role reversal. Yeah, so we know this, right? To move up also in the Masonic ladder, the Luciferian ladder, it's basically the same thing. They have the guys wear dresses. So I found this one. I thought this was good because it has a lot of them in here. And then because some people are saying, oh, they do it to the black male actors, but it's not just the black male actors, it's all the male actors, right? If you want to move up and be an A-lister, you're going to put a dress on it at
Yeah.
some point. And so I mentioned here some that I didn't see in here, like in Tango and Cash, Kurt Russell
Oh.
and Sylvester Stallone also wore dresses. Jim Carrey wore it on Living Color, right? He always wore a dress on there.
Mhm.
And Shia LaBeouf, and then Daniel Craig, right, who played James Bond. They even had him in a dress. So
Right.
they have everybody in a dress. Think of an A-list actor and go look them up on YouTube and put in dress, and I guarantee you,
You'll find
you'll
them.
find somewhere. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then so the guys got to dress like girls, and then the girls got to dress like guys somewhere, at some point. So, Madonna did it here, and
But
she,
Madonna's a transgender too, but have you not looked into that?
I believe you.
Yeah,
I
Madonna's
haven't
a
looked into it.
transgender. Go and look at
Yeah.
all the pictures of her with bikinis on and all that. There's not one set of hips on her. Look at all her muscles, her sinewy tissues, and yeah, even her early dresses with
Yeah.
the all seeing eye pyramid on the back of her jackets and all that and everything. I believe 100% she's a guy.
Yeah. I wouldn't
She
be
did the first
surprised.
did she do the Baphomet sign at one of the Super Bowl ceremonies? She was
Yeah. She
dressed like
was in that
Egyptian doing the
chair.
Baphomet sign in a chair and doing the
Yep. Sitting in the,
Baphomet.
yep.
You
And
can
then she
even see the
picks,
square jaw there.
yeah. And then she picks the name Madonna, so like for Mary, right? So she does the most blasphemous name she could think of, basically, right? You know, and then it's doing the hand on the hip thing, right? To make it look like she has the hips,
Yeah,
too. And the Masonic hand sign. And look at her hands. It's like
yeah,
you can't uh give the hands away, so you can dress as feminine as you want, but you could tell in the hands that's not a lady's hand. you know I
yeah.
don't know, either that or she's way older than
But
she tells everyone, because that's like pretty gnarly. That doesn't look like a
how
um
old is she? Is she 60 now, they say?
I think she's around 60 now.
It's how I think is it not that these ladies can keep their fat kind of really low fat on their bodies and thin, and I don't know if it's possible at that age, eh? Honestly don't know because she's really muscular like a man. I know.
Yeah, I mean, I always think that, they don't have to work, so they could do their, physical training, and they probably have chefs and stuff like that. So, I think part of it's that, but yeah, but at the level they are, the skinny, the extreme skinniness they can get to, I agree that it's not natural.
Not natural, and, and how
Yeah.
just not natural. And as we'll see, women's hips finish above their belly button. A lot of these people have got no hips; they're straight up and down. And I think that's not that I'm saying Madonna, but you'll see in fashion nowadays where all the fashion is the women in Hollywood getting a butt lift, where they're getting a big massive butt or something, doing some surgery. And I think that's just
Yeah.
to try and deceive us with the hips, so that they've got the massive butt and then it stops and they've got the straight hips and people think it's womanly hips, but it's not. It's actually the butt's enhanced, but they've still got the man's hips.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
and
agree. They
it's
add the butt to make them look more
to make
feminine,
them
but
look like feminine. Yeah,
but the hips, they can't do anything about the hips.
and
So,
about them.
yeah, I
It's so,
agree.
so easy to see. It's
Yeah.
everywhere. Sorry for talking over there.
It's crazy too. I saw on YouTube, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's one on YouTube where some gal had butt implants, and it
Yeah.
was and her surgery was botched. She had it like done in Brazil or something, where if she poked her cheek, it would turn inside out.
Oh,
Have you seen that one?
no.
Oh my god, it's the sickest thing I've ever seen. So like the cheek, it's supposed to the cheek implant's supposed to like stay in place, right? To look like
Yeah.
a cheek, but she could press it in the middle of it and it would pop back, and go concave,
Yeah.
the other way. It's the sickest thing
Oh.
I've ever seen. It's
Uh,
really bad. It's so try on YouTube. You probably find it if you want to see it.
and I don't think people really understand. People think that plastic surgery was to enhance the looks of people, make them look more attractive. Plastic surgery was to make and to hide the transgenders coming in. That's what the whole thing was about.
Yes.
To give the men boobs for the Baphomet, to shave down the jaws, to get rid of the Adam's apples, make the butts bigger. It was all to hide the transgenders.
And
And
also it's
everywhere, and so was the fashion. Fashion went along. People think it was the clothes. It was all to hide transgenders. They
yeah,
now
it's
surround us.
and to hide the
Yeah.
Jew in a person.
Yes.
Because they want they want to hide that. So like in Hollywood, that's why they all have different they have their acting names, right? Because
Mhm.
most of them, their real names were Jewish names, so they had their acting names. And their names are always, uh,
Stein.
Anglo-Saxon names or whatever, and then that's why they had the plastic surgery, because a lot of them, their skulls and their noses are different than ours. So, they have the prominent nose. Even the women have the prominent nose. They have like the recessive chin. They don't have prominent chins.
Yeah.
So they get like a chin implant. They get their noses fixed.
The big Pinocchio nose for telling all the lies.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what a lot of that was for,
Yeah.
Also, so I'd say a third thing too, also because they want people to think of their bodies as meat suits, like they're interchangeable. You could
Yeah.
be whatever you want, instead of your body being a temple given to you from Yahweh. They want you to think of, oh, it's just a meat suit. You can do whatever you want to your meat suit and change it any way you want, you know
Yeah.
so
And I've got everybody so insecure now, they're not secure in their own bodies.
yeah, thanks to the Jews.
Thank you them.
The Jews
Yeah.
did that,
Mhm.
by doing plastic surgery, stuff like that, and having us, in the ads and in the movies and stuff like that, making us think that there's something wrong with us, how we are, how we're made by God, and that they want us to think that, to be unhappy in our bodies, because then it's like God didn't make us perfect, and so we're
Yeah.
all sad, and um yeah, against God, basically, so that's done by them too.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Marlene Dietrich, so that's what Madonna, did her thing
Yeah.
after. And so she lived in Berlin, right, during the time of Hitler. And so she was one of them that got kicked out of Berlin. They made Berlin like a totally corrupt, like a Babylon city.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And yeah, so Hitler kicked her out, and a bunch of other people, and cleaned up the city,
Mhm.
so that was a good thing. He did
Yeah.
that. But and then politicians and stuff do it. I've showed this picture a few times. How Julie Andrews, dresses like a guy, and then Rudy dresses like a girl.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
and then Christina Aguilera, here she's in her. She kind of has makeup on here, so I don't know if this passes for them or not. But
I've never looked at her before, whether she's a transgender, but I wouldn't put it past them.
yeah, I wouldn't either. So,
Oh, here's one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought I should show this one.
Yeah, definitely.
So because they changed their their clothing, opposite sex and stuff like that. But then they also do their symbolism, their one eye symbolism, 666 hand signs, and then the 33s and stuff, in the news stories, like
Mhm.
we're talking about the bricks in the background. So bricks
Yeah.
is for masonry in the background in the news stories, but the Smiths, that's also in the background. Like, so she's a Mason because she has these Smith albums in the background of her show. And
Mhm.
so Smiths is for like the blacksmiths or the Freemasons. So this is
Mhm.
showing she's a Freemason by having these hang in the back. And then, her last name is Steer, and that's a castrated bull.
Yeah.
So, and then here's her clothing store. It's called A Girl Is a Gun. So
Oh,
she has a gun because she's not a
good point.
girl.
Yeah.
So she's a Baphomet. And then here she's doing the hand on the hip thing, right? Like the
Yeah.
trannies like to do to make it
Yeah.
look like she has a hip. So she sticks it out here and then, puts her arm here. And then it's interesting that Jackie's back here. What do you think about Jackie?
She might have been a man too. I need to look right into her, but there's something not right with her also.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because she has Jackie back here. So, is
Yeah.
this an homage to
Yeah.
Jack? Maybe it's
Yeah.
really Jack.
Jack.
And
Yeah.
and since she's a he, whatever, that puts it over, puts her up there
Also
too.
the alliteration, the G girl and G gun, the 33, GG 33, isn't it?
Yeah, they love the alliteration,
Hmm.
definitely. So
And the polka,
GG would be 77. So that
a
would be like the
77 also, yeah.
yeah, Aleister Crowley 77.
It's also 3 in numerology too, isn't it? GG 33. And
Oh, GG 33?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, because it's
yeah.
the what letter? Because I know G is 7. Oh no,
Yeah,
7
but
is
it's,
14. Is it
it's,
Chaldean?
it's Chaldean, yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I always go basic, so you throw
Yeah,
me off there. I always just do the
yes.
basic, but
Yeah.
yeah, but definitely. So yeah,
And
they
she's
like the
wearing,
alliteration for sure.
is that the polka dots? Is that the MK Ultra she's wearing there?
Yeah, the polka dots, and also the polka dots. Remember my article talking about the spots? We're not supposed to be spotted on the world, right? We're supposed to be unblemished. So they're blemished, so they wear the spots. They're all into the spots. So MK
Hmm.
Ultra, and also, meaning that they're blemished. They're not of God, so they have the spots.
Hmm. Does
So,
that go
and it's
back?
also black and white, right? Too. So
Yeah.
you got her Masonic black and white on.
It's just symbolism. I love the symbolism in the pictures. It's the thing I love just to get right into.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing,
it's
because
amazing.
this picture is completely put together.
Yeah.
When she's standing here, they thought of this. Okay, I'm gonna wear this dress. I'm gonna
Mm.
this. This is gonna be. They definitely picked everything that they put in here. For a reason.
What was it? Was it Manly P. Hall that said it when the what was it said it when the world starts to learn about symbolism, a great veil will be lifted from the eyes of men or something. Was it Manly P. Hall that said that?
Oh, I don't know, probably, but
Yeah,
he was a Luciferian too.
yeah.
He was an honorary one. So
Hmm.
he was like, because his writings and stuff, right? So
Hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was Jewish.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So okay, so then so we saw that stuff through the names and symbols. But they also do ritual sacrifices. So for Hollywood actors and stuff to move up, then they have to sacrifice a loved one. Like
Yeah,
in the Masons, like to get to the 33rd degree, I do believe they have to do a sacrifice
yeah.
to at the
I, I, I would
33rd.
I would agree.
Yeah. And so for to be an A-lister, that's something you have to do as well, if you want to be in the A club. So Jennifer Hudson, she was on American Idol, and she didn't even win. She got up
Mhm.
there, but she didn't even win. But then she, had 3 of her family members killed. And
All right.
then now she's almost as big as Beyonce. She's like really well known. She got all these movie roles. All this stuff happened after her
Right.
family members died.
Yeah,
Then she
yeah.
became famous. So
Hmm.
she had her mother, nephew, and who was it? Somebody else, her brother-in-law or something like that. Um, they're all found shot dead. So it's amazing.
Right.
It just happened right after American Idol, and then she lost a bunch of weight. They put her on some weight program. She does the what's that? Weight Watchers, I think is the one she does. She
Right. Okay.
sponsors, and so she got all this stuff. And look at here, look at the color. What do we have here?
Purple and orange.
Yeah, so
All the news stories. Purple for witchcraft and
yeah,
um,
even the
orange for
tree.
33.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like really how to get
everywhere.
this just these colors in here. This is very rare
Hmm.
if you're just going to take a picture for actually to come out like this. I could
Hmm.
see them even just adding it.
Yeah,
Yeah, just to make
some
sure it
sort
gets
of filter or something.
yeah, some kind of filter for sure. So let me go through these real quick. So I just got a bunch of them so people can see. Some people know about all these already, but
Hmm.
I'm just trying to make the connections all the way through, so people can see. Um, so like Michael Jordan, his dad got killed. I think his dad, it was like a single car accident. I don't remember. If anyone knows, they can mention it, but his dad died mysteriously. So, and then he wins the championship and stuff, right? So he was like the biggest one. And then also remember they had that asteroid or out in space, and it was shaped just like Michael Jackson, his little iconic, when
Oh,
he
the air,
yeah, the Air Jordan
the Air
thing.
Jordan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
it looked
remember that.
just like that. Yeah, it's like, oh my God, they
Yeah.
were totally pulling the wool over our eyes. And then all these bands have one band member die and then they become famous, right? So for
Yeah.
Metallica it was Cliff Burton. So this was a freak accident. They're on a tour bus, right? And the tour bus got in an accident and then he was crushed. Though just the one guy, they were fine and he died in it,
Yeah.
right? And he has this little like skull here, like skull and bones thing, and look
Yeah.
at this.
Yeah. Look at the start. Yeah. 8 pointed start.
8-pointed star.
Black and white. Yeah.
And look at them, so this is them, before they got famous. They totally give them like the total glam makeup, everything. They look totally different once they become famous.
What's that fella's name again with the Faith No More t-shirt? What's his name?
This guy,
Yeah.
James
Yeah.
Hetfield, I think.
Hetfield. Have you seen his interview when Chris Cornell supposedly died?
Uh-huh.
He's wearing a t-shirt with a big 33 on it, and he's laughing all the way through it.
Oh, I have not seen that, but yeah, I believe that because Chris Cornell. So you have your CC there, right? And Chris Cornell of Audio Slave. If you look at his early works, the band he was in before, I mean, night and day. From when he was in Audio Slave, so it's funny that I think they get like some kind of vocal, like surgery, I want to say, because if you listen to their voices, the singers at least, when they first start singing and stuff before they become famous, I mean, they have totally different voices.
Yeah.
They're like higher, more like feminine, and then they get some kind of voice surgery, and then they have like really nice
kind of low rocky, because Chris Cornell was well known for his voice, wasn't he?
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, his wasn't deep, but if you just listen to his songs before, he didn't sound, the sounds were just like whatever, And same with the guy in Tool, the lead singer of Tool, Maynard. James Maynard. Yeah, he's like that too. He's like a little guy. I bet he's Jewish, honestly, but he's like really little. He's a little skinny guy, and he's like, dancing around in tights and stuff. And I mean, he still did, I guess, actually in Tool. But if you watch his stuff, his voice totally changed from before Tool to when he got famous with Tool.
Well, if they're changing voices for the transgenders from male to female voices, they've probably got technology there to do lots of different things.
And maybe they give them testosterone.
Yeah.
Because how with the transgender, it's like they give them estrogen or testosterone, depending on which way they change. So maybe it has something to do with that too. Maybe they give them testosterone or something, and that helps. So, and then you remember Led Zeppelin, John Bonham. There was like freak accident with him, right? Something. I don't remember exactly, but
did he die in his sick? Was he vomiting or something, and he died? Sick, I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but he, and then they became famous, right? It's always like, they have their sacrifice. He dies, and then they become famous. And the Chili Peppers are the same thing. They had this guy, Hillel Slavic, was with their group, and then he died. And Hillel means Lucifer, so it's interesting. So they sacrificed him to Lucifer. So it's like right in his name, and then they became famous, right?
Yep.
So, and they do this thing too. You'll notice they like doing this thing, this like mirroring thing, like. So you have red, hot, and then you have chili. You have like hot and cold in the same, so that they like doing that kind of thing too. So red, hot, chili peppers. So hot and cold together, like a duality thing. They have the name. And then remember Eric Clapton, his sacrifice was his son. His son was
Yeah,
they lived on like the 22nd floor or something like that, and he just fell out the window of a high rise. I mean, really?
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, can you, even when I say that, I cringe. It's like the most horrific thing I could ever imagine. Oh my gosh, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then he wrote that song Tears in Heaven. That was for his son, and I love that song. You know that
Yeah,
song?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Such a beautiful song, like makes you want to cry. But you know, so he's part of the club, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. There are these all these people are part of the club for sure.
AC/DC, AC/DC, their lead singer died, didn't they?
Yeah, they AC/DC. Thank you. I forgot
Yeah,
about AC/DC. Yeah, there he died too. Yep.
yeah, he died, and yeah, this is all good connections you're making here.
Yep. And then and his replacement, it's a trip because it sounds just like the one that died, right? I don't know how
Yeah,
they found him. It's almost like a twin.
so Brian Johnson or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and he sounded just like the first guy. I don't remember the first guy's name. But see, the first
Uh,
guy, same with like the Rolling Stones too, right? The Rolling
yeah,
Stones had the one guy die. I can't remember his name.
so did the Beatles, Paul McCartney,
Yeah, there you go.
1966, he died, and remember it was off this, they never played live again, and then they came back quite a number, it was a year or so later, all with moustaches and all that to hide the faces, didn't they? Come on.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they had a look-alike contest for
lookalike
Paul,
contest
and
and lots.
then yeah, they think that the winner actually became Paul,
Yeah,
fake
that's
Paul, and that's the one that we see today, right? That
they
he
do
actually won the look-alike contest, and then they used him.
they're casting spells on us for years.
Yep, yep. It's crazy. It
Yeah.
is. So, and then here, like Jackass, you know, so you have Jackass, you know, so the show, it's funny, they're all supposed to be like heterosexual men, but there's so much on there that's, you know, all about the bisexuality agenda or whatever, right? They do so many, you know, faggy things on there. They have them running around in pink clothes and,
Yeah.
you know, and they just having them, you know, they do a lot of stuff around their anus. You know, it's like what the hell? Put
Mhm.
things up their butt. You know, just like, and then they have. You know, one guy, his thing is going and pooing in public in different places. You know, they do things with shit. I mean, it's disgusting. You know, but that's all
Yeah.
to get kids to think
That's
it's
just to get
cool
us
to
to
do all this.
just to get the white Christians to do that so they can laugh at us.
Yeah,
Copy.
definitely. Yep.
Mhm.
So, so Ryan Dunn was their sacrifice, right? That was the group
Yeah.
sacrifice. And the see, and you'll see here, I'm going to show some stuff, but you could just start seeing, like, see how he's the dark one. He's the leader, you know,
Mhm.
and he has dark eyes, dark hair, and then they kill off the most Anglo one, the most near to Christ, right? The
Yeah.
light eyes and the reddish hair, you know, the
Yeah.
Viking one. So they
Yeah.
kill him off, you know, and he's all right. And then his best friend, his best buddy is this guy, Bam Margera. And I
Right.
mean, you know, look, he has this, the jackass has the skull and bones, right? The
Yeah.
322, the death cult, right? He's wearing his purple, he's
Mhm.
doing his devil horns, and he's all tattooed up and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so he's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But so let's just go through some more. So we have Charlize Theron. So her father was actually killed by her
That
mother.
is that
Did you know
shit.
that?
I don't know. Is that Charlize the Ron? The
Yeah, the Ron for
Ron.
sure. And you can tell because look at how tall she is from her
Yeah.
mother.
She's a guy.
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
Look
Really,
at the big head.
if this is really your mother and you're a girl, then more than likely you're going to be similar height. You know, you're just going to be off by maybe an inch or two, but you're supposed to be, you know, similar height to your parents. You're not going to be like, you know, a foot taller than your mother if you're a girl, you know?
She's
So,
also, if you look at Charlize Theron, she's the same as the usual Hollywood people. She's adopted. I'm sure it's black kids. Sure she has, or she's had surrogate kids or something. What they all do.
oh, black kids. It sounded like you said
Yeah.
cat. It's
Oh,
cats.
kids. Yeah, yeah,
I
black
thought
children.
I could see her having black cats. Yeah, and
No,
her
I'm
and
sure
her,
she's I'm sure she's adopted black
yeah,
children.
and she has her black boy. She dresses as a girl. Like
Yeah, that's
if
it.
you look, her kids dress like a girl.
Mhm.
Yeah, so she does the black kids for the multicultural agenda, right? The mixing of the
Clever.
races, and
Yeah.
then also for the transgender thing, the either cross dress. Oh, what's this up here for? Sorry.
No, no.
And yep. So let's see. And then we have like Bill Cosby's son Ennis.
Yeah.
Somehow he had a tragic death. That's his sacrifice. So, and with Bill, with the raping thing, I think that's
Oh.
all staged actually. If you look at the gals,
Oh, did you not?
um,
One of them was a transgender. Did you not see her? See it?
yeah.
Oh, it
Oh,
was
no, but I
ridiculous.
believe you.
Oh, we should pull it up. You'll look at it. It was a man.
Yeah. Oh, I believe it. Yeah, so he's definitely in the club. So, one thing that they want, they're pushing with the what's their tagline thing like for all the women to speak out in Hollywood about getting raped. I
Oh, it's not.
forgot.
It's
I
not
f-
times up. Not time. It's not time. Times up.
It's is that
It's one of
it?
those. Not.
Yeah, I can't.
What is it called again? It's one of those sayings.
Yeah, I can't think, but the basically, I think what they're doing with all this is they're trying to make rape seem normalize it, like it's common, everybody does it. You
Yeah.
know, it's not a big deal. Everybody does it. It's everywhere. It happens to everybody. You know, so it's like normalizing it, like they shouldn't get such harsh sentences and stuff, because they want to get rid of all the morals, so i
Yeah.
think i think eventually they'll say, it's okay, you can rape or whatever, you just protect yourself, or whatever, it's just a normal thing that men do, so you just need to protect yourself better or something like that, I don't know.
Terrible.
It seems something like that
Yeah.
they're doing with me,
Yeah.
because definitely pushing it for a reason. And then Kelsey Grammer, so his father and sister were murdered, and his
Right.
daughter's named Mason. And one of his wives, he's married a few times. I think she was a stripper, a dancer, or something. So they like to do that too. Marry like prostitutes, like
Mhm.
Charlie Sheen's wife, Denise Richards, right? She was like a
She's a
a
mag.
high, yeah, and a high call girl or something, so call boy or whatever. She was like an escort person.
Yeah. Again, she's got the Richard in her name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Richard, right.
Richard. Richard. Which sorry to butt in. Which was going to try and say to the people who are listening. What
Oh no,
what
yeah.
to do is do an exercise and go around to every person you know or people who you work with and think of all their names and see if any of them have got men's names in their name. And I bet you any money you'll be at a very low percentage. But if you get into Hollywood, most Hollywood actors, women have got men's names in their names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Definitely. So if it's their birth name or their stage name,
Same. Yeah.
so if it's in their birth name, they're just generational Luciferian families, and stage name could be ones that might not be generational but have come into the fold, kind of thing,
Yeah.
for sure. So Dylan McDermott, so his mother was murdered. It's amazing the high rate of family members murdered, with all these people. That's why you can see that
Oh,
um,
good stuff you're bringing
the
up here.
rituals. Yeah. And then, so we have Serena and Venus. So Venus, for Lucifer. And then,
William. William.
yeah, William, thank you. And then look, you can tell they're boys in this picture.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how more obvious it could be
It's
in this
too
one.
obvious.
And so their half sister died, was
Right,
killed. Their
okay.
half
Yeah.
sister. So they have a sacrifice. Everyone has a sacrifice somewhere.
Yeah.
So, and then Patrick Duffy's parents were murdered.
That's right. No.
Yep.
You've
And
you've
then Ice
you've, tur-
Cube's, huh?
you've turned a light on with me there. Who was the guy who was in Starsky and Hutch?
Oh,
All Michael Glazier, all his
yeah.
family. Yeah.
His family got murdered.
Yeah, yeah. Or they all died of AIDS or something. Did they all die of
Yeah.
AIDS? Yeah.
I don't know, but I believe you. I mean, that it's like that, you know, it's crazy. So
Yeah.
Ice Cube's half sister was killed, was murdered.
Yeah.
So, you know, he does the ice, the cube, right?
Black Cube.
Yeah, the cube of Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Navarro, I mean, how blasphemous is this? That's why I
Oh.
made it my cover picture to show how antichrist they are. These are definitely Luciferian worshipers. They're antichrist, and he has his little skull here. He has his Batman for Baphomet Man, right?
Mhm.
He looks like he has it on both shoulders. What's it say
What's
there?
his
11th one.
band name again? What's his he's
Jane's Addiction.
Jane's Addiction, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and then he was with the Chili Peppers.
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's very blasphemous for sure. Look at
Mm-hmm.
this. I mean, you
That's
can't get
yeah. Kind of get
worse
worse than
than
that.
that. And then we have Mark Ruffalo, you know, one of the what is he, an X-Men or something?
Or I'm not sure of him, sorry.
Yeah, I
But
think he's one of the X-Men, the Marvel
right.
X-Men. And so his brother was killed, was murdered, and then he moved up. And then Omarosa, you know, from what's it with Trump? They're on the what's it called? What was
What's
Trump's show? Oh, The Apprentice. That's it. The Apprentice.
all right, okay, was she on The Apprentice, right? And
Yeah,
then
so she was on there, and she's like the most famous one that was on The Apprentice, right?
right,
And then
okay.
Trump even hired her, right? She actually
Right.
worked for Trump on his staff. You know, they're all just
Uh
actors. It's just
yeah.
crazy. But so her father was killed. So, you know, so then she got to move up. She did her sacrifice, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then P. Diddy's
Did they
dad was killed. Go ahead.
no, no, it's good, good. I was just going to say
Oh,
Jennifer
okay.
Lopez. She's a transgender too.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They're all there.
And so this is for the multicultural agenda, right? Put them together. And then he's also, well, yeah, so he could still be gay because she's a
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Because he's gay, you
yeah,
know. So there's lots of video of him you know, kissing other guys, you know, other
yeah.
singers and stuff like that, showing him, you know, kissing and hugging and smooching and you know whatever on him.
Hmm.
So um let's see, and then we have Robert Blake's wife. He had her murdered, and Marlon Brando's son Christian. So you know, it's funny, his name's
Right.
Christian,
There's
and he was a sacrifice. So um
so many, isn't there?
yeah, I mean, there's way more, you
Who
know.
was it?
There's
Who,
it's
sorry, you keep turning lights on me here. Who was the guy? Was it Robert Wagner? Natalie Wood?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep, Robert
yeah,
Natalie Wood,
yeah.
definitely.
She
Yep.
died. She was found
Yeah.
floating. Natalie Wood. Yeah, she was found floating in the water.
Yeah, and really they're on a boat, and they can't jump in and save her, you know. I mean, and one other actor was on the boat too. Forgot who, John Voight or something
Right.
like that. One other actor was with them. But for sure she was the sacrifice, definitely.
This is all good stuff you're showing me
Yep.
here.
So then, so this stuff, I don't know if this is a little more that people might not be familiar with. I don't think I've talked about this stuff, but you have this thing.
With the
So
killing of the
it's the,
king. Yep.
yeah, killing of the king ritual. So, so they killed Kennedy, basically because it's, they want to, have everybody suffering in fear, sadness, right? Put a whole bunch of sadness and fear into the world because that's how they control us, you know, through
Mhm.
fear and sadness, right?
Yep. Yep.
So they killed Kennedy, and
Who's
then go ahead.
who's the guy that filmed it? He's a 33rd-degree Freemason.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, Zapruder.
Abraham
Zapruder.
Zapruder. Abraham Zapruder.
Yeah, and he's also Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit dodgy about that whole killing thing, but what happened there? But
Yeah. So I mean that's a whole story in itself,
yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, the killing of the king, which was definitely what
but
it was.
yeah,
Yeah.
the basic bottom line though is you know, one of the aspects was because they wanted to put a lot of sadness into America, a lot of fear and sadness. And it happened in 1966 too, right?
The nine, turn it round, 666.
Yeah. So, and then it also happened on the 33rd degree parallel. Dewey Plaza was on the 33rd degree.
and it was on Elm Street, The Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah,
Oh, was
that's
it?
that's
Okay.
where that movie. That's where that movie comes
Yeah.
from. Nightmare on
And then
Elm. Killed on Elm
Oliver
Street.
Stone. Okay, and then Oliver Stone did the movie on it,
And
right? And Oliver Stone is a Mason. Stone is another word for Mason.
yeah.
Stonemason, and he's Jewish. His
Hmm.
last name was really Silverstein, just like Larry Silverstein, another Jew, right? Who said "pull it" on 9/11, which
Yeah.
he meant to say "pull it." There was no oops. You know, he said "pull it" for a reason. He wanted people that were awake to look at the demolition aspect. You know, everything
Yeah.
they do is for a reason. It's completely staged, and then he got double the insurance money, right? Because he just got
Yeah.
it, but he put it on. If it was a terrorist attack or something, he gets double the money, something like that. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
then, so we have this killing of a king, but then we had this killing of a king, the king of rock and roll. So that's
Yeah.
another killing of a king ritual, and that made a ton of people, very sad. So Elvis
So,
Presley, you can see him doing the one eye here. Remember, he wore black all the time, and he married Priscilla Presley, who was a minor when he married her. So, he's basically a pedophile.
yeah.
She was like what, 14 or 15,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he had her dressed in black, and she had the wore the dark makeup, like looking all vampiric, right, at the
Hmm.
time. So we got him, and then we also have the king of pop. So the king of
Yeah.
rock and roll, but we also have the king of pop, right? And here he's doing his one eye. So he's totally part of the club. So was Elvis. So no one needs to feel sorry for Elvis or Michael Jackson. But just the whole point is they are part of a ritual
Yeah.
too.
And I think people need to understand that they're taken in as young kids. People see them now as adults and how they're taken in as young kids and manipulated, aren't they? So, like the Beatles, they were teenagers, and Elvis was probably a teenager too, wasn't he, at the time
Yeah.
when he's taken into the music industry and they're manipulated, and yeah, they're all in on it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they definitely grow up in the
Hmm.
satanic system.
Hmm.
They're a part of it. They grow up in it for sure.
Hmm.
And then also with Michael Jackson, how his skin kept getting lighter, and he's changing his nose and stuff like that. So that's all part of their agenda. Their, I call it the meat suit agenda,
Hmm.
to get people to think if you don't like how you are, you can just change your body parts, change your skin color, change your hair, you know
Yeah.
and and then I do believe he was a pedophile. So I think he was
Yeah.
molested when he was a boy, and it just carries it over. He does what happened to him as a kid. He did to kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's not innocent. Sorry, people. I'm sorry to shatter your world, but he's definitely not a good
No,
person. He
no.
wasn't.
People need to wake up to it, who these people are.
Yeah. So we
Just
have killing of the king, and then we also have killing of the queen, right?
yeah.
Remember with Princess Diana and that whole thing, how
Yeah.
that was totally staged. She hit the 13th pillar. Uh, God, there's a lot to it. The Smiths wrote a song about it. The song they
The,
wrote happened before she was murdered. I can't remember which song it is now. I'm just
it
thinking
was.
about the song now.
I was a bit of a fan of the Smiths. I think it was "There's a Light That Never Goes Out," and if a
Yeah.
double,
So
if a, and if a in a darkened underpass, it talks about that, doesn't it? And if a double decker bus crashes into us, yeah, that's the lyrics,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah,
Yep, very good. Thank you. You're
yeah,
awesome. Yep, that's it. So
and
that song was released before this happened.
yeah, and she was called Princess Di. That was her nickname, wasn't it? Before she even died, they shortened
Yep.
her name, didn't they?
Yep. So the princess that will die.
Yeah,
Yep. So and she was so loved, right? So she was
yeah,
loved as much as John Lennon, so that's my
yeah.
next one, so everyone grieved her, all over the world. And so same with John Lennon. He was part of
Mhm.
it. So Killing of the King, another rock and roll idol that was killed. And they had who's the guy that killed him was reading The Catcher in the Rye. That guy was like an MK guy. I can't think of his name, but he was related to or friends with the Bush family, right? His family. So go ahead.
I'm trying to think his name. I'm trying to think of the guy's name.
Yeah, I can't.
It was a double barrel name, wasn't it? Like somebody is his second name with two names in it, was it?
Yeah, I can't. Something. Yeah, they do his three names, right? Oh,
Three
Chapman
names.
is David Lee
That's it.
Chapman.
Something like that. Yeah, Chapman maybe.
Was it David Lee Chapman, or was that for another one?
Chapman. So Chapman rings a bell. Who was
Yeah,
Wilkes Booth? Who was Wilkes Booth? Did he do Abraham Lincoln? John Wilkes Booth. Who was that?
Yeah, what about John Wilkes Booth?
I'm just trying to eliminate names. Was he Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah, he was Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a name similar to Chapman, was it?
I think it was Chapman, or I could be wrong. That might be the guy that tried to assassinate Ronald Reagan. I don't know. I get them mixed up too. But yeah, so he's with Yoko Ono, so that's part of pushing the multicultural agenda again, right? Yeah. So getting people to be with people outside of their race, because it does say in the Bible that we're not supposed to miscegenate, and we're supposed to be segregated. So the whole equal rights thing with Martin Luther King, that's all BS. We're supposed to be segregated. We can be segregated and in harmony with the other races, but we're not supposed to. We're supposed to be separate. Yeah. It says so in the Bible, so there's nothing wrong with that. So like equal rights, I mean, yeah, you have equal rights. If everyone's in their own countries, they would have equal rights within their countries, how it's supposed to be. Just like with animals, you don't see a cardinal hanging out with the sparrow, and then, or a pelican with a plover, and because the pelican's so much bigger that we got to give some advantages to the plover so that the plover can have equal rights with the pelican. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, was it Muhammad Ali? Yeah,
he said something about that, Muhammad Ali, and no one calls him racist when he says it.
Yeah, there's nowhere
he said
else
about bluebirds,
yellow birds, and there's nowhere else in nature where you get the different species integrating. They're just doing it with us.
Yeah, and then it only happens in the white countries, in all the other countries, everyone could just be fine, harmonious with their race in their country, but white countries are the ones that must be mixed, so it's so obvious that it's an agenda, and it's an agenda by the anti-Christians, and we know who the anti-Christians are. The Jews. So Jews. Yeah. So okay, so we have the killing of the king, killing of the queen. We also have the killing of the Christ ritual. So they do this, the killing of the Christ ritual. So they do this in Hollywood. So we saw the jackass guy, he had the dark hair, the dark eyes, and Ryan Dunn has light hair and light eyes, right? Just like Christ. Christ had, there's descriptions of Christ that he had blonde hair and blue eyes. And that he was killed at 33 years of age, and that's why they used the 33. That's one of the main reasons. They have many reasons, but that's one of them, because it's in celebration that they killed him. So they use the 33 in celebration because they're happy about it. So so we have in Hollywood, we have the sacrifice going on. So like Nirvana, so they killed Kurt Cobain, but David Grohl moves up. Then he gets his own band, the Foo Fighters, right? So so they're paired up, and they kill Kurt. Kurt's the light hair one, light eyes. The dark hair one, dark eyes. Lives, right? And then you have Heath Ledger's another one. You have Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake's the dark one. His mother's a Jew. He's Swedish, and his mother is a Jewess. And then you have Heath, who's lighter hair, lighter eyes, and he's the one that ends up getting killed. And then they did this movie together, of course, Brokeback mountain, and I can't help of thinking in the title Brokeback, it reminds me of sodomy. Broke,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they're trying to make it like homosexuality is okay, and then even the most masculine symbol in America, the cowboy,
Oh,
even the cowboy, there's gay,
yeah.
gay people, right? Trying to push that stuff. So even the hats, he has the lighter hat on, he has a darker
Hmm.
hat, the symbology. So this is the Christ and this is Lucifer, basically.
Yeah.
So they killed off Heath. And then you have River Phoenix and Keanu Reeves. They were best buddies.
Right. Yeah.
Keanu's the dark haired, dark eyed, and River Phoenix is the light haired, light eyed one. So
Hmm.
they kill him off, and then Keanu goes on to do the Matrix and stuff, right? He gets all the big roles. Keanu also lost his girlfriend and his pregnant girlfriend too. That was his sacrifice.
Yeah.
So,
He's also that band, isn't it, named after the Sirius, the dog star.
oh, see, yeah, there you go, the dog
Yeah,
star.
the
So
dog star Sirius.
he's a Crowley
He's
follower.
a Crowley follower. Yeah, yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not a good guy, even though people
No.
like to think he is. And look how young he looks. He's 55 or something now.
Mhm.
And if you look at him, he looks like he did when he's 30.
Yeah.
So he
Not
reminds
great.
me of Marina Abramovich. How she looks like
Oh.
that. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does some kind of blood
Ritual.
transfusions of
Mhm.
youth blood, children's blood. I wouldn't
Mhm.
be surprised, because they do. There's Elizabeth Bathory in the times of Vlad the Impaler. Back then,
Yeah.
she was known for doing that. She killed all the young girls in her area, had them brought to her, killed them, and then bathed in their blood. And that's where what's the expression? Uh, Elizabeth Bathory, something in blood. There's an expression. Oh God, I can't think of it, but it's from her, named after her. God, I can't think of it now. It's funny. It's like so obvious one, but anyway, yeah. So they've been doing that from forever, for hundreds of years, and even the Jews, why they got kicked out of 159 countries. It's for the child sacrifices, and when they
Yeah.
do those sacrifices, they prick them. It's death by 1,000 cuts, and then when they
Mm.
prick them, they collect the blood and they
Sick.
drink the blood. So these people, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And
Sick.
the ones that they sacrifice, they're white Anglo-Saxon babies, they're Christian
Mhm.
babies, and they drink their
Mhm.
blood. So
Yeah.
so then we have the Coreys.
Corey Haim.
Corey Haim and Corey
Yeah.
Feldman. So Corey Feldman's Jewish,
Yeah.
and he's the darker one, has the darker eyes. He has naturally darker hair. He has lighter hair, lighter eyes, lighter complected. So he's the Christ one. So they killed him off. Now Corey, he's done whatever, bunch of crazy
Mhm.
shit. But I actually read his book. I don't know why I did. I don't know why, because I usually don't do that stuff, because it's like, you know. But he talked about in the book, they had a conversation, and he said um, that his favorite number is 22. And Corey Haim said his favorite number is 222. And he actually like had a necklace or something, and a chain, and he had the 222 on there. So I found that interesting, because
Yeah.
the 22 again is back to the 322, that they're like gods or whatever.
Mhm.
So Haim is probably from a Luciferian family also, but
Yeah.
so all these people like Kurt Cobain, he went on like MTV on the stage, and he does the devil horns, and he
Yeah.
did all the stuff. So I'm not saying that these all these people are innocent, the ones that get sacrificed. It's just that they're part of a ritual. So it's the
Yeah.
the killing of the Christ ritual, and they
Mhm.
use them for that. Yeah, here, so I mentioned the 322. And also the 22s for Revelation 22:13. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last, because they mirror everything, right? So, and anything that is related to Yahweh, they mirror it for Lucifer, basically. So, so that's it. Just, and then the 322, the skull and bones,
Yeah.
just showing it that's their little club. So, Christ is the living God, right? And Lucifer is the god of death and misery. So they're the death cult, the skull and bones. So they're anti-Christians.
Just like
So,
ACDC. Is it Antichrist Death Cult something?
yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah. All right, Sean, it's your turn. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
No, that was good. That was all interesting stuff. I like that, the connections you made there.
Yeah, I just want people to see that there's lots of aspects, and you might not believe it if you just see one aspect, but if you see all the different things, it kind of makes it overwhelming, right? You get all the circumstantial evidence, and then it's overwhelming that someone's guilty, right?
Yeah.
So, we're just trying to show people the that stuff. So I'll let you go ahead and share.
Right, okay. I've lost that screen there for a moment. How do I get that back up? There it's there. Right, bear with me. So, do you want me to carry on with some of the transgender people?
Yeah, whatever you feel like showing. If you want to show stuff that we were mentioning that you're going to show, or anything that you have, transgender wise, you want to show, whatever you want to show.
Right, I was going to show some right now we're talking about the kind of transgender. Here's one in front of you here. Do you know who this is?
That's the what's that show? It's something, it's like a Weight Watcher show or something.
This is Gillian Michaels. Obviously the Michael name within her name. Now is it her partner's Heidi Rhodes or something? And they also push the Kalergi clan. They've adopted black kids.
Oh, okay.
Is he not one of the most famous? What do you call it? Fitness gurus to the stars, to the movie stars.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
now. So she started on a show called Biggest Loser. That's what it was,
Right.
where she's like a fitness trainer to Americans on there that were overweight, and then the competition was who could lose the most or whatever. And yeah, that's where she started. Yeah, I mean, this picture is so obvious.
Obviously she's a man, eh? Look at
Yeah.
this. Look at that. Look at the jaw. Look at the wide shoulders, the eyes, the brows. So I just want to kind of go through a few pictures. Is that okay? So I've not
Yeah.
just to show people and to show people the names that she's always got the name Michael within her name. You can see it here, yeah.
Wow.
And this is her partner. I think this is a transgender. Is it Heidi Rhodes? Rhoades? I'm not sure of this person.
Well, interesting that it's Heidi Rhodes. I wonder if she's related to Cecil Rhodes.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because Cecil Rhodes would be a high up Jewish family, right? They're connected to the Rothschilds.
Right. Well,
So,
that's quite possibly it then. Yeah, the
yeah.
connection in there. So you can see again the face on her. And
wow, they both look like males there for sure.
Yeah, see the jaw and the noses. So this is what they're pushing. They've just adopted a black kid again for the Kalergi clan.
Yeah.
You see it, yeah. And
oh god.
Yeah. It's so obvious, isn't it?
And it has Mr. Jones next to her there.
Yeah, Mr. Jones. Yeah, see it above it. Yeah.
Yeah, to show it's a Mr.
Yeah, and look, it's so obvious there.
Yeah.
And I think I've got one more picture. Look, she's not even getting any hips. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Look at the man's Adonis belt.
Yep.
It's so obvious.
And she's just trying to
they open the legs.
The leg stance, yeah, to make it look like she has a hip there.
She's got hips, but if she stood up straight, it would just be like a man's hips. Is this person really famous on TV now in America? Is it?
I don't watch TV, but I think
No,
so.
neither do I.
Yeah. I mean, I'm familiar with her. Yeah. So
And look at what she's wearing.
the lightning bolt.
The lightning bolt for Lucifer, eh? And
Yeah.
again, adopted kids. So I just thought I'd show you that one for that person.
And I wonder if the kids, if they have them, I wonder if that's actually a little boy and dress her like a girl,
Yeah.
and vice versa with the kids.
Mm-hmm. It's terrible. What else have I done here?
And then her shirt was also black and white.
Black and
the
white.
lightning bolt, and then it's black and white.
So here's another. I think this person was in. I'm just trying to show different people in different. This person was in. Is it American Housewives or something? Her name is Bethany Frankel. Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
see? Can you see the shape of the jaw here? Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a masculine jaw.
And again, as mentioned earlier, she's got the man's name within her name, Frank.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so just
Jillian Michaels and Bethany Frankel.
Frankel, yeah. So and
look at the so she had the dots in the background on that picture.
Yeah, the dots.
See there? So she's spotted. She's a blemished one. That she's Antichrist, and then it said polka or something in your next picture.
Yeah,
you get the dots in that one too. See
polka. Yeah,
polka dots.
And you can see that the shape of the high cheekbone and the way the jaw's coming in here. See it is.
Yeah.
So obvious. Look at that jaw.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Don't stink. I bet you do. I bet you smell like a man when you get all sweaty.
People need to see. People, what was the thing? It was in. People used to call it the kind of lollipop head look of these stars. How they had a thin body and the big heads, and it was how they went on a diet.
A lollipop head.
That's what they were calling it over here. And it's the transgender head. Look at that there. The jaw, and look, you can see them straight up in the veins and the arms and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Bethany Frankel. Yeah. And right. Gillian, and here's the one we know well. I'll just put a few pictures of her up. So this person, Hilary Swank, she's got the derogatory name, W-A-N-K at the end of her name.
Swanker.
Yeah.
And she was in the movie Boys Don't Cry, where she played a girl, supposedly a boy. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, and
so was she playing herself? Or so she actually is a boy playing a girl though, so she's the opposite in real life to what she played, yeah.
Yeah, this movie's called The Holmes Man or something. Or these pop-ups keep coming. So look at the jaw in that. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then look at the physique. Look at the side of her head. No waist, even the big long arms. She's even standing like a man. Can you see that there?
Yeah, definitely.
And then as a pic, you can see that.
Yeah, she's definitely a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. The movie they put her in, The Boys Don't Cry. It's like they're making fun of us.
Yeah.
Putting her in that.
I'll see if I can pull up the ones that we've got there. So here's a good one. This person is called. I've only got pictures on bikini. Please forgive me. It wasn't. But this person is an American author, quite a famous. She's called Kelly Ben Simon.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Kelly Ben. Look, she's got man's hips here, and then the man's Adonis belt.
Yep, and the navel's up high.
The navel's up high. There's no. High. So she's Ben Simon, or is it Ben Simon or something they call it? I don't know, but she's a famous American author. And you can look, just a straight up and down man.
Yep.
See the little snake to the side there to try and make it look as if she's got hips.
Yeah.
And this side here looks straight up and down. Adonis belt.
I mean, how awkward to even stand like that,
Yeah.
So they have to. like purposely have to do that, you know, because it's not a natural thing to just kind of push it out like that when you're walking, you know. You wouldn't have to if you're a normal female, you just walk normal.
Mm-hmm. They're all these are all staged. These photos. Look at it here. Look, you can see it.
Oh my
Look
God.
at see it.
Oh God, it's just scary.
How can
That's
people not see
scary.
that? There's not.
Yeah, it's so obvious.
The women have got curved hips above to go above the belly button and come down here to the thigh down here. It's so obvious,
Yeah, there's
and
nothing there.
nothing there. Uh, let's see. There's a. Uh, here's another one. I'll just show your face. And this person's name has got a derogatory name, Olivia Cockburn.
Yeah.
Look at her face.
That reminds me of, isn't there the one black lady? I think she's an actress, Laverne Cox.
Yeah, she is she's a known transgender.
Oh,
Laverne
she's a
Cox.
known one.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's like on Wikipedia for being one of the first to come out. Well, supposedly.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, named Cox, and she dresses up as the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it you? Sorry, you were going to say something there. Was she in?
Oh no,
Porn?
that's it. So it's just funny, you know. So you got Cockburn, Cox, you know.
And for the UK viewers, although people won't believe me, it's just like the Radio 2 DJ, Sarah Cox. Now they've just, while I'm on that, I'm sorry, I'm going to digress for a minute. They've just changed a number of DJs on one of the main radio stations in the UK, Radio 2, and it's for the feminist movement. They've got rid of all the guy DJs, and they've put women in prominent position in the main shows. One's called Zoe Ball, one's called Joe Woolley, and one's called Sarah Cox.
Oh my God.
I'm not joking. It's people
You
not
know, they're laughing when they're
they're knocking it. Yeah, they're laughing at us.
yeah, when they're, you know, hiring the people, and I'm sure they're all Masons too.
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
you know.
And you've got the friend they hang about with Claudia Winkleman. Oh, it's just they're all this. Yeah. So, so this is this person's sister, Chloe Cockburn. Look at the jaw and that. I think
gosh, yeah.
Have they got a famous mother in America? She's an author, somebody Cockburn. I'll maybe show you a picture. She might be in here. So there they are. There, look.
Wow.
Look at that's a man.
Yeah.
That's the mother there. Is she famous? I'll maybe get a better picture of her. Look at that face.
Yeah.
It's very obvious there, isn't it?
Yep. Yep. They just put a ton of makeup on, you know, they do their little Hollywood thing, you know, give them, I don't know, even the fuller lips thing, you know, we're not, it's not natural to have really big lips. They do the lip thing too. I think men usually have fuller lips actually than women. So, you know, they have all these, you know, men posing as women actually with the fuller lips, and then women think they need fuller lips, you know?
Yeah.
So it's all this like, you know, and then men of course have less fat on them. So, you know, when they pose as women, then women feel like, you know, there's something wrong with them. They have too much fat on them. Their lips are too thin, you know, and it's because they're trying to emulate the wrong sex, you know?
Yeah, they're deceiving us. They're just showing us that it's not the woman's body. And they're also got men lusting after men, basically. Haven't they?
Yeah, and women after women, like, you know, Justin Bieber, right?
Mm-hmm. They're just confusing us all. That's why people don't know what their sex is. All the schools are having sex changes. They're just confusing everyone.
Yeah.
That's her mother there. Now that looks like a man to me.
Yeah, I think the mother's a man, because even the other picture with her in the blue dress, the mother looks like a man.
Seemingly that's a famous author or something in America, but that looks like a man too.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was Cockburn. So yeah, right. Oh, go away, please. So okay, I see what else I've got here. So this is a newsreader in the UK. Her name is Romilly, Romilly, which means man of Rome.
Oh my gosh, really? Yeah.
It means man of Rome when you look up Romilly. So look at her
Uh,
face. See
oh
that
my
again?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a man. That's so masculine, that jaw. My goodness.
Yeah, she's a newsreader in the UK. Said outside Parliament. So Romilly Weeks, man of Rome.
How funny.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh. Yep. And look at that. That's is that Prince Philip there?
Yeah, did you hear the story about him the other day in the news? He was supposed to have been in a car crash.
Yeah.
It happened
Yeah.
it happened at 3:30.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I think you showed me. Yeah, that's pretty funny. And it was and then yeah, with one other car, but it was like conveniently like where they crashed was like on the side of the road. It wasn't even like in the road. It was just like on the side, and then he's just walking around, and he's like, what is he, 90 or something?
97.
Yeah, and he was driving, and he's just, or I don't know if he was driving in that one. Was he driving in that one?
I think they say he was driving, but the
Yeah, and
thing,
he's 97 and he didn't get injured. It's like, really? Really? And
the
his
thing,
car flipped. Right.
yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
And
It's like a slow Newsweek story, stories for the news or whatever. So they had to throw something in, right, to spice it up, the news,
yeah, because I've
to
got
keep
nothing.
people watching.
Yeah, and what they said was, which was absolute lies, that he wasn't concerned about himself, and he went to help the lady and made sure that the other family was okay. So he did. He's a Jew. He doesn't care about anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Too funny.
Yeah. So this is this person here. I'll just flick through them. So, but you can tell straight away there with that person, Romilly Weeks.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I've got here. Got some. So yeah, we'll look at this one. The story the other week there we had.
Yeah. This is good.
So we had a lady on the news the other week who done the Montaigne, which is a big mountain name, like mountain equipment and Rab, all the mountain clothing brands. So they had the Montaigne Spine Race, which was 268 miles, and this lady seemingly done it over 3.5 days, and she beat everyone, and she beat all the men, everything, and broke the 12-hour record.
Yeah.
Whilst expressing milk at every aid station along the way.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Just,
she broke the record by 12 hours.
yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, right. I don't think so. And then expressing milk everywhere along the way. Yeah, that's just priceless.
Yeah.
That's priceless.
So I looked into it. We spoke about this earlier on, and all the symbolism in it. The 8-pointed star of Ishtar, the V symbolism on her, the lightning bolts, all the symbolism during the event. So I actually started to look into, after it, the timings between men and women and how they've kind of got really short over the years. And I looked at the top Iron Man and Iron Woman and triathlon athletes. And this is where I am at the moment. I looked into these people, and they're all actually men. And when you look at them, can you see the jaws on it? This is a guy. This guy, I'm sure this person's called Sarah True.
Yeah, and she's very flat-chested.
Flat-chested guys, big jaws.
And that one's very flat-chested.
Yeah.
The middle one too.
I'll look through them here. This I think that was the one on the left. This is the person here. I mean, that's a man.
Yeah, that's super obvious. I mean, look how wide the shoulders are.
Yeah.
And then super flat-chested. I mean, it totally looks like a dude.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even.
That's him there. Look, from a different angle. That's a man
that's such a dude.
In a swimsuit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another. You can see that's a man, can't you? I don't know. So these are all the top high-end Ironman and triathlon women in the world. Look.
Yeah, that's such a dude. So obvious.
Can people not see that? Look. It's a dude.
Yeah.
Black and white masonry shirt.
Yep.
There she is there. Look at that.
Yeah.
22.
Yep, the 22.
Laughing at us.
Yeah.
And there's another one. This person's called Summer Cook. Now I was trying to make the name out when that came, but
Summer Cook. Yeah, so masculine for sure.
Look at no chest, Adam's apple, big jaw,
Yeah.
big shoulders.
Yeah, look how big that neck is.
Yeah.
You know, that's definitely a man's neck.
Mm-hmm.
Super
And
big and thick.
That's the more there. That's him in the middle. That's the other ones there. It's terrible. So look, that's a man.
Yeah, that's a man. Yeah, so it's a shame because they're melding the sports world, so that there won't be any more women's sports and men's sports. It's just going to be sports, So another way to make us Baphomets, melding everything.
Yeah, it's terrible. And I'm sure I've got something where it shows you there. If I can find it. Who actually, where did I put it? It's that lady, Chris Wellington. She's actually sponsored by 33 Shake. Have you seen that? Did I show you that one?
Oh, I think you did.
Wait, I'll see if I can pull it up on here.
Yeah.
So Chrissy Wellington, 33 Shake. This is who sponsors all the top of these people in the world. 33 Shake, yeah. That's just here.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. 33 Shake.
Yeah.
Do you see the double horns? It's two hands at the top doing the double horns.
Oh, uh-huh.
I'll try and see if I can get a better picture of it. There it's here. See her doing the double horns?
Yep.
33 Shake, there's two little double horns there.
Yeah. And then what does she have on her arm? Is that 101 on her arm?
Yeah, the 101.
Yeah. So 101 is Lucifer our Lord. It's like another thing like LOL and the room 101 in 1984, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was also in the Matrix. Room 101 was Keanu's room in the Matrix.
That's a movie I've never watched.
Oh, really?
No, I've never seen that before.
Oh, there's so much in that one.
Yeah, no, I need
in
to
the
watch
Matrix.
it. So, I'm going to show you Demi Moore and her family. If people think this person's a woman, they've lost their mind.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
See how she does the snake to try and move away from the straight up down. She's leaning to the side. This is on the David Letterman show. And there's her daughter.
Yeah, I think her daughters are dudes.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
So they got her to marry Bruce Willis. Yeah. Willis. Bruce Willis. I think that's because they're all guys. All the daughters are guys now. Bruce Willis. So that's Tallulah Bell Willis.
Yeah.
Is there any more here? There you can see now. Seriously, is that a woman's body? The big thighs like that and the straight hips?
Yeah. And then look at Letterman there. It looks like he has his right eye closed, right? He's doing the moon eye.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good spot. Yeah.
Like, allegiance to Lucifer. We got our Baphomet on the stage here.
Right, yeah. And there's a picture of all the daughters here.
Yeah, they all look like men.
It's all so obvious.
I think they're all men, yeah.
Yeah. it's so obvious to see.
Yeah, and then she played the shaved head picture. I think that was for her movie G.I. Jane, right?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
replace G.I. Joe, G.I. Jane,
Jane.
trying to get the women in the military and stuff too, right?
Mhm.
So some more melding the men with the women, and then
Yeah.
getting the homosexuals in the military, and then the transgenders. And then what did you just find out about Trump and the transgenders in the military?
Yeah, there's a thing on BBC News the other day that Trump has banned the transgenders in the military now, or banning them going into the military, which is hilarious because his wife's a transgender.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Maybe because he doesn't want his wife and, all their friends to have to be in the military,
Yeah.
They're trying to like save them or something from having to go.
See, when you look at the American military, between 10 years ago, between 2008 and 2009, do you know there was 15,500 transgenders in the American military? No,
30,500?
15,000. 15,500.
15,500?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Wow.
So how long? So 10 years on, I wonder how many. You wouldn't even think that would be that many, would you?
No, you wouldn't.
I think these are the main places where they do it. They do it, a lot of them in the UK military.
Yeah, and then they also make it like part of your medical, like when you get medical insurance,
Hmm.
they make it where it's free. Like if you want to change your gender or whatever, then you could get like the operation for free,
Yeah.
So they make it like and then also like in school and stuff like that, you don't have to what oh no, that's with pregnancy and stuff like that. Never mind. But you don't for pregnancies, they don't even have to tell their parents,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So talking about that, the BBC, there's a BBC news article a few months ago. So the BBC have changed all their toilets in all their buildings throughout the UK that they're just non-gender toilets because they have over 500 transgenders, they tell us. It was in the news. But
Uh,
sorry,
so
on you go.
in the offices of the BBC?
All over the UK, all in all their buildings, yes.
Oh, in all over the UK. So all the government buildings in the
No,
UK?
all of the BBC buildings in the
Oh,
UK.
the BBC buildings.
They've changed all their toilets to gender neutral toilets
Oh,
because they tell us they've got over 500 transgenders. And
yeah.
also in the same article, they're giving anybody who works for the BBC the full time off for free to go and change their gender, and they'll pay for it.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're so pushing all that for
Yeah.
sure. And then BBC, we know that's 322 backwards, there's skull and bones,
Skull and
they're
Bones.
all part of it for sure.
The British broadcasting, they're broadly casting their spells all over us. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on the one that Daniel, he was talking about an article about a transgender, supposedly axing three people. And the lawyer, the picture of the lawyer, he has his hair back like in one of those plastic hair band things, push your hair out of your face. He
Mhm.
looks like he's like, some kind of, like he likes to dress like women or whatever. But I guess he worked for ABC, which is the equivalent of BBC in the UK. So they have ABC Australian Broadcasting. So I
Mhm.
bet you that they're connected. They're both
Yeah.
the spellcasters of their countries.
Yeah.
The ABC for Australia, BBC for UK.
Yeah. Most definitely. Did you? I've not seen that clip. Do you want me to try and go look for it? Or are we?
Yeah, we could
What,
show. What time is it? How long have
I've
we
got
been on here?
a couple hours. I was going to,
Okay.
no, I was maybe leave it for another time.
Yeah, maybe we should save it if we've been on for a couple hours. Let's
Yeah,
let's go to the
the news.
chat. Well, let's go to the chat and see. Sorry guys, I can't focus on the chat and the stuff. So let's go and see if anybody has any questions in the chat. Do you guys have anything you want to ask me or Sean, or anything about what we showed, or anything? Anything at all? Anybody?
Time flies so quick, yeah.
I know. Look at 2 hours already. My gosh. So let's see. Yes, I have a question. Am I the only guy left alive not being a tranny? Yeah, I know. It's funny because it's basically the Luciferian, so it's all the prominent people that are doing this, but a lot of us regular people, if you're just out and about in public, and you won't necessarily see, you might see one here or there, but I don't think you'd see them everywhere. We have a thing here in Hawaii, they're called mahus, and they're basically dudes that dress up as women, and you see them about, here and there, but it's still not that common. But yeah, they want to make it, next, in the next, what, 20, 30 years or something. I wouldn't be surprised if it'll be the norm.
I think it's by 2030, the United Nations have signed up to it. There'll be gender neutral everywhere by 2030.
Oh, so
So,
2030.
so yeah, it's only 10 years away.
Yeah, and they're going at such a fast pace now that I'm sure that they'll reach their goal,
Yeah,
by
yeah.
2030. If things don't change, I don't see how they're going to change really.
The
Uh,
funny thing is, sorry, on you go, is it or something?
oh no, go ahead. The funny thing.
I see, the funny thing is when you try to tell people that they're surrounded by transgenders on TV and sport and politics at the top end of the society, uh, and they laugh at you as if you're stupid, and at the same time you have this agenda where, especially in Scotland now, in the children's nurseries have just been told that they're not allowed to call the girls, the children, boys and girls anymore. They've all got to be gender neutral sayings. Yeah, and it's everywhere in society, all the big marches, LGBTQ marches, transgenders in your news every day, homosexual, and then when you tell people you're surrounded by them, they laugh at you, and I'm like, can you not see? It beats me.
Yeah, this hopefully, people just start looking, then they'll start seeing the evidence, a little here, a little there, and then you put all the pieces together, the circumstantial, and then it becomes pretty obvious. And the thing with the schools too is how why they have kids wear uniforms. They try and say, oh, it's because, you don't want the poor kids getting laughed at or something. So everybody has to wear, they always make an excuse that's like from the heart, like, oh, we don't want the poor kids getting laughed at. Of course, everyone should wear uniforms then, but that's not what it is. What it is they want to have gender neutral uniforms,
Yeah.
Eventually. So it's all about making us good little workers, good little slaves, but also turning our kids into Baphomets and stuff in school too, dressing alike, looking alike.
Yeah, and you'll probably see soon coming in a lot of stores where it's just all gender neutral clothes, with the male store and the women's store will probably get phased out. Who was the person that knew that who was her name? Celine Dion. She's just opened a gender neutral clothing line.
Yeah, and also just a lot of the name brands too. Have the gender neutral clothes, or they have the models. Like I like there's a clothing line called Athleta. It's like kind of athletic clothes you wear like for if you're going to work out or run or whatever.
Yeah.
And the models in there, if you go look, the models in there look like dudes, they're it's really hard to tell who's women and who's, they're not supposed to be men. It's supposed to be all women stuff, but
Yeah.
there's ones in there, they look like dudes, it's like they're so pushing the asexual look, everyone to look like an asexual. So,
Yeah. Well,
so
you're on, you go. Keep going while you're on. I'm going to show you something. You go.
okay. And so Shoni had a comment. She asked you, Sean, what you think about Chrissy Teigen. Do you know her? That's a model. You
Chrissy
think
T.
yeah.
I don't know that person. I would need to look at it. I'll take a note of that. Chris. Well, she's obviously got the
Okay.
name. Obviously got the name Chris in her name. Is Tegan not a? Is that a? Is that a girl's or a
Or is
boy's
she a
name?
model?
Tegan.
Shoni, is Chrissy Teigen a model, or is that the one with? I think she's one. I think she has a black husband. There, I think they're a multicultural couple. I think
Right.
that's. I think I don't see. I don't watch much TV or even. I don't know if she's an actress or a model. I've heard the name before.
Right. I'll need to look that one up. While you were talking about the gender stuff, have people seen this? The pregnant men on the catwalk now.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's
That's
obviously got the androgynous look there too. Look at the face, the androgynous look, the eyes, and
even a possessed look, the
yeah,
eyes.
eyes possessed. People,
And what does it say on the one guy's shirt? It said "New
the
World Baby."
yeah, what you see, I'll put it up here. Look, new world baby, pregnant men. This is to come, people. People need to
Yeah,
wake up quick.
God,
It's sick.
it is.
It
It
is
is.
sick. Sorry. On you go. I butt in with you. On you go. What's it?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see here. I wasn't gonna say anything else. Let's see if I have any other questions. So here's someone with a question. I'm just trying to look through here. Someone says, "Oh, I just lost it." Someone had a question. Okay, here, a question from Jill. The unnatural wrinkles on the face and the slits in their eyes are how we see that they are of Cain. I don't know, the slits in the eyes thing, I've seen videos there where they show newscasters, whatever. I know they showed the first George Bush Sr., supposedly with the slit eyes. But I really think that that's just manipulation of the film. I don't think they have the slit eyes personally. How about you?
No, I don't. I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I think that's like what like David Icke was pushing that stuff, right? The reptilian
Yeah,
stuff, and he's definitely part of their club.
he's one of them.
Yeah, so I think it was something that they were trying to push. They wanted everybody to think that we have like reptiles among us kind of
Mhm.
thing, but I don't agree with that. I don't think
No,
there's something with the slits.
no, I think it's a wee bit far fetched, just like aliens.
Yeah, I think so too. So yeah, like you're saying, Kevin Spacey, stuff like that, like Stanley Kubrick, he was a Jew.
Mhm.
People are saying that, oh, he was trying to warn us or whatever. No, he was part of it. That's BS. Stanley Kubrick was a Jew, and they so some things, they know that we're going to end up seeing. I think that like flat earth, that we're eventually going to get to flat earth, so they have their people in place to control both sides. That's why they have people like Patricia Steer in there, and Mark Sargent, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. While we were talking about the steer, I was going to say to the people there about the people will probably laugh their heads off, but 100% Sandra Bullock is a transgender. Bullock is a castrated bovine animal. They tell us to our face.
yeah, definitely Sandra Bullock. Yep, Bullock. Yep,
If
just
people
like
don't know that. Yeah,
Pat Steer and Sandra Bullock.
yeah, they're
Definitely.
transgenders.
Yep.
I think even in the movie, have you seen the movie Speed?
What's the movie? Oh, Speed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when she's driving the bus, I think one of the guys turns around to her and says, "Oh man," and she says, "Thank you very much."
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah. And then she's in there with Keanu Reeves. So, and he's,
Yeah,
high up in their hierarchy.
yeah.
So it's probably an honor to do a movie with the tranny gal.
I hope people wake up to this quick. I really, really do. It's a difficult one
Yeah.
for people to take.
Yeah, it's true. I agree. Someone said, "Is Marilyn Monroe one? Is that why all the singers and film stars dye their hair blonde?"
I would say yes, because when you look back, she's got the name Monroe, which is a man's name. Also, Jane Mansfield at the same time. You had Jane Russell at the same time. And when you
Yeah.
look, and when you look back at all the old photos, they've all got big jaws and big heads, and they've got no waists. They're so easy to. It's been going. You're aware, Rosetta, aren't you? It's been going since the 1700s or something.
Yeah, I would say
The
so.
the Hellfire clubs and all that.
Yeah. And then Marilyn Monroe is, the epitome of the dumb blonde, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because the Jesus was blonde haired, and
Yeah,
white people have the light colored hair, so that's another way to mock Christ and to mock his people,
yeah,
so blondes are far from dumb, but we have that stereotype out there. So basically it was started with Marilyn Monroe.
yeah. And when you look at Jane Mansfield, there's pictures of her with Anton LaVey. She was a Satanist. Just look them up on the internet.
Yep. And then she
Yeah.
died. She lost her head, right, in a car accident,
Mm-hmm.
just like Paul McCartney.
Yep, that's right.
He died, right? He was in a car accident and he
Uh,
lost his head.
yep, that's it.
And she
Tells you
lost
in
her
this.
head.
Yeah. Who
So
else
that reminds me of a John the Baptist, right? Wasn't he beheaded as well?
beheaded?
So it's
Yep.
like a mockery of that, of John the
Yeah.
Baptist,
Yeah.
what they did to him, what happened to him.
The connections are all there if you just really take the time to research it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah. So, yeah, blondes have higher IQs too. Shia Eyes to See says that. I agree totally. So they're not dumb. They do the inverse. They want us to think that they are, but they're actually not. I
yeah,
agree.
definitely I'd agree with that. Yeah. Yeah. I was
Were
going
you going to
I,
say something?
no, I was just going to see where you want to go with this. I see you were looking at the time. I was wanting to show remember in the last presentation we spoke about the IRA and all the bombings with the 33.
Yes.
Well, the IRA it's quite timely that have now seemingly carried out another bombing
Do you want to
last
show
week.
that real quick?
Yeah, yeah. I was wanting to
Want to
show
share
you.
the
Well,
screen? Okay.
I was wanting to show the screen and share quick to people. And it's, as I say, it was quite timely that we spoke about that.
Yeah, so everybody, I don't know if you watched our last chat, but we went through the IRA stuff. Sean was showing the connection between throughout the years with the IRA and the 33 and the bombings and stuff. How like 33 deaths, right?
Yeah,
Charged with 33 charges, right, against one of the people they caught.
£3,300
Yeah, and then
bombs and
yeah,
yeah, that's all.
that's
So, yes,
yeah.
yeah,
So we're not saying that necessarily that bombings didn't happen, because you
yeah,
even said you drove by the
yeah,
site where one happened, right?
yeah, that's
We're just
correct.
saying that they're all staged events, that the Masons are behind all of this for sure, that their
Yeah,
fingerprints are all over everything.
and who's in behind it. So if we look at this story here that happened a week or so ago. So police in Londonderry have arrested a further two men in connection with a bomb in the city on Saturday. Now you'll see that the main part of the story is a pizza delivery van. And what and we're aware that pizza equals 33. If I can show it on here, if I can get it up. So pizza, you see that? 33 in numerology?
Yeah. So either they use a pizza delivery van or a school bus.
Yeah.
Right, are there two favorites, right?
Yeah, and you'll know so I'll go through the store and I'll show you something else about pizza. So they use the pizza delivery van, which is 33. It also happened on, was it Bishop Street? So CCTV, I like to put that in there, 33 TV. So
yeah,
the assistant CC, Chief Constable Mark Hamilton, but it happened on Bishop Street. Now you're aware that they like to use the Masonic chessboard floor, and a lot of the stories have knight, bishop, king, queen throughout them. So
yeah.
Also see the
purple.
That's
a great connection.
Yeah, they love with to
the Masonic checkerboard.
The Masonic checkerboard, king, queen, bishop, thing, pawn. I've found it through quite a lot of the stories now. Even with actors Keira Knightley, and this, I won't go on about it because I know I've not got a lot of time, but it's everywhere. And you've even got the helicopter crash at the football stadium, the fake one the other week, and the company was called King Power. So it's everywhere. Yeah, so you see that the purple glove they use right in the centre of the picture here, Rosette?
Yep.
Another one of their symbols, and
putting in their purple.
This guy was talking, and the main part of his talk, he said, for the good of grace, no one was killed, and we know that GG is 33. That's why he used that terminology when he spoke about this bomb.
Yeah, you know, why they use the purple too is because they're all about the Baphomet, right? So it's the melding of the male and the female, the red and the blue, right? You have the red and you have the blue. So red and blue make purple. So it's the melding of the two.
Right, okay, right. Good one. So what's this? And here's the symbol, the arch symbol. You've spoken about this before. Yeah?
The what symbol?
These arch symbols they put everywhere. You see that the triumph and these arches that are everywhere around the world. That's a Masonic symbol, isn't it? The arch.
Yeah.
Yeah. The two pillars and a Masonic arch.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the picture here. Yeah, so I firmly believe that this whole thing is staged. Every single bit of it.
Did they say anyone died in this one?
No, I'm not quite sure actually. I don't think anybody died because this guy said by good grace, no one was killed.
Oh, okay, yeah, by good grace.
We caught
by good grace.
GG, good grace, no one was killed.
Yeah.
So, and if people don't understand about the pizza thing, I'm going to show you something else. So, there was a gamer shooting in America. I don't know if you'll know about it. Was it last year? In a gaming hall, a shooting.
In a gaming hall?
Yeah, I'll just show you here. It's coming up. So, Florida shooting. Video gamers killed by rival at tournament. You remember this?
I got a delay. I'm on the YouTube screen, and so I see it now. So
Florida shooting.
Yeah.
Video gamers killed it. So here we have Chicago and orange and pizza.
Yeah.
Again, more of a symbolism. And here's the one eye. See the one eye in here, the dark eye out? The one eye right in the middle of the picture.
The one eye, where is it?
See the picture here? It looks as if this guy's eyes darkened out a bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, down there. Uh-huh.
Right in the centre. Now, the place is called GLHF Club. All right?
Uh-huh.
If you go down here, I'll show you in the... here it's here. Both had competing in the Madden NFL 19 event at the GLHF game bar. Now, if you put that in normal forward numerology, GLH and F, it adds up to the 33 as per usual.
Go figure.
Yeah, it's all there. Stuff's all in there. So they always use a pizza. And what was the other one in America? Pizzagate.
Yeah, Pizzagate. Yeah,
Pizzagate, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's pretty good. That's funny.
So I was just wanting to show that for that IRA bombing, which I thought was quite appropriate,
Yeah, and very timely
timely for what we've done.
because they have to have something, you know. So if
Yeah.
it's, you know, they always have to throw in their news stories, you know, to keep the terror going, right? Keep the
Yeah.
fear going. There has to always be something to keep it heightened.
Well,
Like we had a thing over here. We probably still do. I just don't watch the news, but we get alert like the colors, you know, like terror alert colors, whatever. Like if we're orange or yellow or red, you know, they were
yeah.
like mentioning that all the time too, so that people stay in heightened fear. You know, that you always think about, oh, what color are we in right now? You know, how much terror stuff's going on, whatever. Just like keep us in it, you know.
Oh no, I know people. So I think I showed you this one the other day, Rosette. Just want to show people how much fakery's going on.
Okay.
I know you've got maybe got time to go now, but so this 14-year-old kid gets killed in America.
Okay, I have a delay, but yeah, I
Yeah.
remember you were showing me this one. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
So the 14-year-old kid
33.
gets killed in America, seemingly. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Oh, what's going on here? What's happening here? Don't want. Oh, excuse
What's it
me.
doing? Freezing up.
Yeah. When you go into these newspaper articles, they just keep playing videos. So yeah, so the gun, they show the picture of the gun with the 33 in it. And when you look at it, can you see? Oh, stop it. Yeah, so there was, yeah. So the little boy's name was called Arce, A-R-C-E. There it's there, see it? Antonio Arce.
Yeah, Antonio Arce.
Yeah.
Like
And the main,
ass.
like Arce, yeah. And the main person who was talking about it, the main policeman who was talking about it, was called El Cock. If I can find him.
Oh yeah, I see it. Sergeant Ron Elcock.
Sergeant Ron Elcock, right? Elcock and Arse,
So,
right? And the replica
it's
gun.
funny.
On you go. Sorry.
Yeah, well, so Elcock, so Elcock, you know, so L in Spanish is the, so it's like Ron the cock.
Yeah, Ron the cock, and the guy was called
Yeah.
Antonio Arse, and his gun is his gun is a 911 airsoft gun.
Oh, okay. It's a 911. Woo. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd show you some fake garbage.
Yeah, that's good. It's good too because you know, they put that in there for, you know, to get everyone scared about having a gun, right? Using a gun. More fear about guns.
Yeah. Yeah, but news is full of it, is it? Yeah. So I've not really got much else to show on, and I know time's kind of ticking along. So
yeah, we should probably wrap it up now because we've been 2.5 hours.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
anybody any last minute anything? If not, we're gonna. John B says he likes guns. Yeah, we need our guns because if we don't have if we don't have guns, then it's going to be the knives, right? Sean, we'll get all the staged knife stories like in the UK.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, all the
That'll be
stage.
the next thing.
Yeah, I'm going to take all our knives off us.
Yeah, take all the knives away.
Because
So
I go camping out in the wild here, and I'm scared to take my knife now in case I get caught in the street en route and I get thrown in jail. It's ridiculous.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know. They make us scared to do what we're allowed to do, what's legally right in our our rights, and they mess with our minds. It's all about messing with our minds for sure.
Treating us all like criminals.
Yeah. Look at that picture, Sean. They said, so they're waving at you. See, Sean? They have you with the glasses and the smiley face.
What? Oh, all right. I can't
A
see.
little, oh, in the chat.
No,
Oh, it's
I
just a
can't
cute
see.
little picture. Nimble Horse put a cute little picture waving, and then it has Sean with the
Hopefully, folk can know
hey
my
Joker.
acts.
Joker put a rose and he's a waving hand thing. See, people are good with their little all little emojis.
I just hope people can understand me. Maybe my accent's maybe a bit
Can,
different.
can you guys understand Sean? Press 1 if you understand Sean. Press 2 if you don't. Let's see if they understand you. Press 1 if you understand Sean.
And press 3 if you want Sean Connery.
Okay, we got one. Oh, Shoni sent flowers. Thanks, Shoni. Okay, everyone's doing ones. So they understand you, see?
Right, that's
And Nimble
okay.
Horse says he or she's from Scotland.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good
So everyone's doing ones. Everyone can understand you.
good to see some Scottish support here.
Yeah, I think that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I guess we're gonna wrap it up, but I really like doing these chats with Sean. So I hope Sean will Sean, you want to do another one?
Yeah, it was good. A couple of weeks we'll do that. I'd like to do a bit in the music industry if you want.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of the lyrics and the
Yep.
programming and how in the 70s we're all programmed to split up, to wreck the family. When you look back at a lot of ABBA songs, they're
Yeah.
like, I've been cheating on you, and knowing me, knowing you, we're splitting up. And all the songs through the 70s were all about splitting up.
Yeah.
All the songs in the 80s were all about money, 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 going to work. And so it's all there. You can see it. So I'd like to do a bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that for sure. We'll go through. I'll look at lyrics and stuff too and see what we can find.
Space programming. And now it's devil programming. It's all devil worship programming.
Oh, full on devil programming. Oh my goodness. There's so much of that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up, and we'll see you guys another time. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Oh, so Shoni says link to Scott's channel. You mean Sean's? She probably means Sean because I call you Scott sometimes too. Because Scotland, Sean.
Yeah.
So Sean actually, he's not even on YouTube, guys. So
I haven't even got a account.
Special treat.
I don't do YouTube, FaceTube, AnyTube. I've not even got an account on any computer. Nothing.
Yeah.
No.
So we're really lucky to have Sean. Yeah. So I know, isn't it crazy? Sean, do you live in a cave?
I would love to. I'd love to go and live in the woods. Yeah, because I'm sick of this world. It disgusts me.
I hear you. I know. I wish we could all go meet out like in nature somewhere.
Definitely.
Without all the bad people and us. That would be nice.
It's a horrible, horrible place.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I'm awake, and I'm looking forward to the big day when it all falls apart.
Yeah, me too.
The fight and the big battle commences.
Yeah. Hopefully sooner than later. We'll see. We're definitely getting close. I can't see us not. It's too much now. It's too overt for it not to be close.
It's in our lifetime. It's in our lifetime.
Yeah, I think so. I just hope it's before, I don't want to be, I want it to be when I could still be like active. I don't want it to be like I'm 90 or something. It happens then, where you're just like in a wheelchair. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I want to be like somebody that I can run around and participate and,
Yeah, me too.
Somehow.
That's why I keep myself fit quite a lot of the time. So yeah, I'm keeping fit for it just now.
Yeah. It's funny. You're saying fit, right? It sounds like you're saying fat. You're keeping yourself fat, so you have extra calories, right? So if we starve, you'll be okay.
Yeah. No, no.
No, you keep yourself fit. I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
me
no, no,
too.
no.
Definitely
Yeah.
got to keep ourselves fit because you don't know. The shit hits the fan.
Win
We
the
definitely
battle.
want to be able. I recommend people too not to drink caffeinated coffee. I wouldn't do caffeine. Everybody. I would stay away from caffeine, just throwing that out there. Because I did a fast. I did a 4-day fast,
Yeah.
and I had the worst headaches of my life, and it was from caffeine withdrawals. And I think
Right.
that's what Starbucks. I think that's part of the agenda is get everyone so addicted to caffeine that if the shit hits the fan, we're all going to have these gnarly caffeine headaches, and we can't function. It makes it so bad to even function.
That's
So I'm
yeah.
just throwing, yeah, I'm just throwing that out there. I think if
Good
you guys
point.
drink coffee, do decaf.
Good point. I just drink
Yeah, or
water
drink tea.
and just eat lots of porridge.
Oh, really? Right on. Porridge, I guess.
Porridge,
So,
yeah.
so someone
Porridge.
says here decaffeinated products are worse, but the chemical in it accelerates aging. All right, so I recommend no coffee then.
Just eat the hunter-gatherer forager diet. Nuts, fruit, seeds, porridge. Single source foods. No tins, boxes, packets, nothing. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I try.
agree. I agree
That's what I try.
totally. I think they have the channels that push the vegan stuff, and now they have the ones that are just pure meat, and they do like the raw meat stuff
Yeah.
like that. I think it's just the other extreme. We're not supposed to be on either extreme. So those are really popular channels, the either all meat or the all vegan, just meat free. But I think we're supposed to be like you were saying, we're supposed to eat as natural and close to source as possible, but we
Yeah.
are omnivores, so just throwing that out there, that we're supposed to have meat, but we're also supposed to have fruits and stuff like that.
Yeah. Most definitely.
So yeah. All
And just
right, I know we could talk
oh,
all night, but we should
make your
probably
own
wrap it up.
toothpaste. Make your own toothpaste and make your own deodorants and all that. That's what I do. I don't do any other stuff. Don't wear aftershaves, perfumes, nothing. Do away with tin
Yeah.
foil. Tin foil. Don't cook any of your food in tin foils. All the metals that go into your pot. No, nothing.
Yep, and don't use a microwave. I
Bamboo
just use a
cutlery.
toaster
Bamboo.
oven.
Yeah, bamboo cutlery. Don't be licking spoons every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I agree. Yep, on all
Everything's,
that.
everything's there to poison us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Rosette, I'll let you go then. It's been lovely to talk to you again. Lovely to catch
All
up.
right. All right. Yeah, it's always great, Sean. I really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
No,
And
thank
and
you.
everyone in the chat too.
Yeah, thank you. Having the chat. Take care. God bless you.
Okay. Take care, everybody.
Okay. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay. Take care, everybody.
Okay. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.